This is getting ready.
Is the meeting of Alex done?
Yeah,
never done.
I'm transitioning over. Let's go.
Me too.
God damn it.
Don't forget to change your name.
And let me... Okay, oh, you just paused it. Alright, let me know when you start it so that I can unmute this window, Alex.
Alright, I'm starting it.
It should light up for me. There we go.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
That's a drastic mood change, alright.
Yes. So, it's been about 6 days, and you've all been in Spike Drill for those 6 long days. You're going from one sector to the other. If you head over to the sector map, you were just at 306, over here. And you're headed to 206. Pretty standard job. Headed over there, no issues whatsoever. Most of 306's space is neutral territory between the Republic and the Nova Commonwealth. For the most part, the party has stayed neutral, and you've stayed out of trouble, just doing simple caravan jobs and transport jobs in a Republic space, as well as Commonwealth space. No one really pays much attention to Uncle. He kind of stays out of the way. Strangely enough, no one actually has ever met Uncle personally. He's just a voice over a radio. But he seems to be a pretty chill dude, and a record for being honorable, and most people who decide to deal with Uncle trust that the job will be done. He's done a few odd jobs here and there, but again, nothing too drastic, nothing too crazy. So when Uncle had offered you a job for bringing some medical supplies to a very prolific hospital, well, who you guys say no to? Easy money. Or, well, there's no such thing as easy money after all. So we join most of our party members in the recreation area. We're all huddled around the table, well, doing what you do, all in the middle of underspace.
So we've already met each other and know each other.
For the most part, yes. You're playing cards. So, it's been 6 days.
Maybe we should actually go around... I'm sorry.
Yeah, so let's go around and introduce our characters.
I also do not have control thing.
Oh, one
kind
second.
of place the camera on a little lazy Susan in the middle of the table, spin it around, and just do a little introduction.
Oh, cute, I like it.
Who's our main character who's introducing? I mean, I guess it's not actually a thing, but in the movie metaphor in my head, there's a character who's introducing all the other characters.
Oh, that would be Uncle.
Oh, and it would be Wheatley or Wesley. What's the name of the
Weatherly?
Weatherly. It was a W name.
Hold on, did you want me to introduce you guys through Weatherly's eyes?
I mean, I think you guys you have all the information about all our characters, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
That actually would be a really good way for you to also just give us, all the details that all the players need to know. And
that sounds extremely cute. I like it.
Yeah. So like,
so Wesley brings in Weatherly. I'm sorry, your game W name. I'm gonna fuck that up a couple times. But Weatherly, yeah. So he brings us in drinks and introduces us. I like this.
So Weatherly, he is a.
I sent you a message really quick.
Yes, I did see that. All right. I saw Weatherly would be a droid bod. He's been the butler on your ship, kind of maintaining things, cleaning your personal quarters if you let him in. First off, who here would not have let Weatherly into their personal quarters?
I wouldn't. He'd be cleaning up all my webs.
I let him into my place. Just hey, don't touch the gun. I'll clean that.
Yes, of course. Right away, sir. I won't touch your gun. I know that's the case. And he tends to be, as a butler should. His programming allows him to be very polite as best as he can. But just like everyone.
Wait, hold on, Alex. I mean, he's a robot. I mean, I grew up on low collar stuff, but I'm good with repair. Can I use repair on robots?
You could use repair on robots.
Could I have broken in and dialed up his sarcasm just a little bit?
Actually, I was about to say, Weatherly, being in Uncle's employ for so long, had already had that, as his sarcasm dialed up not to 10 but to 11.
Oh boy.
Nice. That's way higher than I would have done it, so that's better.
Alright, so he says, no, of course, I will not touch your gun. It's filthy enough for my hands not to even think about moving them over there, sir. Alright, here's your scotch on the rocks. Not like anyone would like to drink that. And gives it over to you, Hernandez. Or Sernandez. Is it Hernandez?
Mike Sernadez.
Mike Sernandez.
Sernadez.
Sernandez. Alright, but he calls you Michael at your annoyance.
Of course. Yeah. And at your
Here you
annoyance.
go. Here you go, Michael, sir. Enjoy your drink. Please do not soil it on your white t-shirt and your jeans, who you decide to wear in the middle of space. Alright, in which case, what would you like to drink, sir? And looks over to Miles. And,
Gin and tonic, please.
gin and tonic and anything for the monkey. And the monkey has a small little square chip around its neck. And the monkey kind of touches it and scratches it. Oh, nothing for me. I would only like some water, please.
Yes.
Alright, so in case I'll just get some of the toilet water for the monkey. It says, I have a name. My name is... What's his name, Miles?
Barnaby Jones.
My name is Barnaby Jones. Of course, Barnaby Jones. How could I forget a monkey's name? He turns over to Mei Ling, who, what do you look like?
Well, like my picture, I guess.
Oh, yeah, just completely pristine.
Yep, she's very clean looking, despite, like, she's got dirt under her nails, but that's, like, the only sign that she's, like, not immaculate. I don't know.
Yep. So, Mei Ling, obviously the most clean of the bunch. Is anything I can get you? Some pesticide, maybe?
I kind of ignore him.
Oh, wow. Alright then, if the lady decides to ignore the butler, of course, doing his job. And finally, would you like anything to drink, mademoiselle? And he turns and looks over at Silkis.
I've got the little things that are kind of dangling out right now. And they just kind of clatter a bit, and I just say, water, please.
Yes, water for the spider lady. Alright, well, I can tell who's going to have fun and who's not going to have fun in this card game. I will get a gin and tonic for myself as well. And it's funny because he doesn't have a mouth to drink. It's just like a dead man. What's the Helms? The famous fucking DJs. Daft Punk, yeah. With like
he's got like a
Punk-esque.
flat, like, yeah.
Yeah. They're just completely gold, and he can't drink anything. So he's just gonna make himself a gin and tonic because why the fuck not? And he walks over, he brings you guys the drinks, and you're all playing a game of poker. Or, I assume some people are sitting out. Who's sitting out in this game of poker? Is everyone playing poker?
I'm playing.
Yeah,
You're
but
not
we're playing.
Sernadez.
Oh,
Alright.
my name didn't change. Fuck, I thought I saved that.
So as the four of you sit around the table in the recreation area with your drinks around, giving out the scotch and the gin and tonic and the waters, Woodley decides to go off and clean the empty bay constantly, annoyingly, as there's dirt in his pristine bay that he has been so proud of cleaning this last week.
No, he's
Does
not
he
allowed
clean up my
back.
webs?
He tries to clean your webs.
I would, like, have told him to stay out, like, the first time I saw him cleaning up in there.
You do understand through the empty bay is the only way to get to your crew quarters. If you cannot let me go through, then I cannot do my job.
But
He looks
yeah, of course you can go through. You just can't clean in there.
Don't touch anything.
Yes, I won't touch anything, especially the dirty plants, ruining the dark blue decor of the room. And he goes off and does his thing. It's gonna be fun to play a sassy butler. Jesus. So,
Mayline just kind of rolls her eyes as she leaves.
and the four of you sit around the table and you're all playing poker. You guys want to roll for this? Just get the stuff out of the way.
Sure. What do I roll for that?
All right, so it will be. What would it be? Jesus. Depending on what you do, you can roll something. You can roll talk. You can roll sneak. I guess you can roll sneak. Sneak has to do with anything like skullduggery.
I'm gonna roll notice.
Can I roll
Alright, I'm gonna-
perform?
You can roll perform. Yeah, you can like pretend to bluff. That's one for sure. And what about you? You can talk also. You can try to like bluff.
Yeah, I'm gonna count
Many,
cards.
many ways. Okay, you want to count cards? All right. That's a 9 for Millie. So Millie, what do you say to the rest of the crew, the crew of the Song of Swallow?
Mei has the best poker face, which is kind of unfair because she is an android, and that's just like a thing she can do that most androids can do, is they just have good poker faces. So she's just like being extremely good at not tipping her hat at all.
Right.
Checks out.
Checks out. And what about Miles? What are you doing? You're trying to count the cards, right?
Yes.
You're a couple rounds in.
Oh, attribute. So whenever I roll skills, it looks like it is an attribute, but it's not listed for me. What do? Is that whiz?
Counting cards? Ooh, that seems like intelligence, my dude. Like
Seems like a notice.
it seems like you can just roll notice with wisdom.
Okay.
Getting used to the system here.
Say not assisted, okay. Hey,
So it's always, no matter what we're doing only skill checks for this.
Yep.
We don't like roll. Basically, whatever I have a button for is like a valid action.
Yep,
Yeah.
whatever you have a button for is a
Yeah,
valid
it's actually
action.
this sheet's pretty good in that way. It makes it
Yeah,
easy
she's like
easy
a
to know
real
what's
gem.
valid. Well, shit. I mean, I'm not really good at playing cards. I mean, I guess that's probably known on the ship at this point. But I mean, I'm just gonna bullshit, actually. I'm just gonna talk, but not
Alright.
really try to win. I'm just having fun.
Yeah. At this point, you've lost too many creds. And
This
too many
is,
meals.
what attribute is this?
Talk? That's,
Charisma?
charisma, yep.
Ah,
The charisma.
Assisted 0.
That's a lot. Wow. Interesting. Okay.
ooh.
Dang it.
And what about you, Silkis? What are you doing with your cards?
I guess I'll try to sneak.
All right. So sneaking is like bluffing. And tricks. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
you're all
you have like
you're all
multiple
cheats
legs, right?
here. Yep. Roll your sneak.
Hey, Alex.
Yeah.
Change my.
how
Could
do
you
I
like
do
change the actual character's name? Because look at the chat. It's like being weird. I don't know.
Yes.
Oh. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Okay.
already like a separate
It's your
thing in the character
It's
sheet.
your
That,
character sheet name.
yeah, I
That's
mean,
why
it says
it's-
it has the thing, but it's yeah. We'll fix that later. It's probably not important now.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is really weird. Maybe if I
guessing
refresh, it'll fix it, but I'll do it later. Let's worry about it later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But,
rolled a
what
5
was
and a
that?
6. Good lord.
What was that, Rook?
Assisted is gonna be 0, correct?
Yes, this is 0.
Just-
Kind
you're
of just
not getting any
bluffing.
help.
And that's a 6, so unfortunate. Right, so Silkis and unfortunately you try to exchange some of the cards, but you forgot to get rid of some of the webbing around your fingers. You picked up the wrong card.
It got stuck to my finger when I tried to exchange it.
Yes. So at this point you all know you're kind of cheats and scoundrels, but in the good kind of way. It's just a game of cards. Just a friendly game of cards. And the Miles, you take the pot. And
Looks like
pot.
it's mine again.
and the pot was just the last piece of meat in the rations.
Oh no, I lost some meat.
I don't know, the android lost the meat.
I was
Oh,
really
no.
hoping to get that meat.
Alright, but it could be used as compost if you think about it.
No, you can't really use meat as compost.
So, anyways. And with that, congratulations, you have seemed to win again, Miles. Can I have the piece of meat?
Of course, Mr. Jones.
Thank you, Miles. And he takes the meat and starts eating it.
Never seen a monkey like meat so much.
Well, I'm stuck in this here hunk of metal for the last week. I would like to eat anything I can get my hands on. And he nibbles the meat. And he kind of like climbs down your arm and then climbs up Silkis' shoulder and offers some meat to you. Silkis, do you accept the meat?
No.
Do you not accept the meat?
I do not accept it.
Oh, he says, well, okay then. And climbs on May's shoulder and offers some meat.
I just like don't even pay attention to it. Like it's in my face and I'm like looking right past it.
And climbs down your arms and climbs over to Mike and offers some meat.
I shrug and accept the piece of meat and say, the hell did you do to piss them off?
It seems that they do not like meat. I will remember this.
Oh, more for me.
Always.
But that might tell of everything actually right now. I think I'll head back up to the bridge. Remember that?
And just as you hit the bridge, the ship exits subspace. So you guys are now currently in 306.
I mean, as impeccable as ever.
And as you finish the game of cards, you come into 206, and the first thing is your barrage of all sorts of ads. Ads written in several different languages, Japanese mixed with Chinese, Chinese mixed with Latin, all sorts of languages and all sorts of ads coming into the system. A bunch of several warnings pop up, like certain pirates in certain locations, staying away from certain areas. 206 is known as Jakun, and it has a central orange star in the center, a little bit older than the one that we're used to in Earth, but for the most part, it seems to be a relatively quiet sector despite it being close to Nova Commonwealth space. There are 4 planets altogether, and you're headed to Jakun 3, which is where your contact is. And with that, a small orbed ship flies up to where you guys are. And you get a hail. What do you guys do?
This is Soaring Swallow, go ahead.
Hello, this is Messenger Bot 303. I have a message here from Uncle for the Soaring Swallow. Please accept transmission over comms.
Fiddle with the controls and open the channel.
And then you open the channel, and a couple seconds pass, you hear a couple blips. It says, "Thank you, I hope you have a pleasant day." And it flies off. It's definitely an automated kind of thing. It's like that anytime a ship comes into a sector, if there's messages, and usually messages actually travel faster than ships, because they're on their own network. Alright, so 1 second, guys.
That's how it's gonna have to work until we fix it later.
Love it.
It's fine for now. It's not the end of the world.
You wanna actually restart your Roll20? That actually might do.
I mean, okay,
Okay,
I'll try
just
that.
hit
Just
refresh.
means I'll have to reset all of this. I just figured we'd do that during the break.
Right,
Okay.
Because it's not like it doesn't.
streaming,
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it doesn't work. We can just keep going.
So,
But I
with
done
that, you get a message, and the old familiar voice of Uncle goes over. Hey, hope you guys are still alive. Looks like the contact is gonna meet you out back in Valiant Hospital. I heard the spaceport's a bit of a bitch, so good luck, guys. Yeah, the 325 credits here, and you see there's a chit glowing on one of the terminals. Like there's like 7 chits over there, and usually you transfer credits that way. And one of them starts to light up, and there's like 325 on the side. And well, good luck, guys. Just send me a message once they're all done. And it's the end of transmission. So you're at the edge of space right now. It's going to take you about 12 hours to get to Jakun 3. What do you guys do? You just fly straight there?
Well, Uncle came through for us. Let's say we plot a course direct for the, where are we going? Sorry, what was the place called?
Jakun 3.
Jakun 3.
Usually just, Jakun is the name of the system. 3 is the 3rd planet in that system.
Alright, let me check the direction. Actually, Sernadez, you may be better at this than I am. Let's see if you can find a direct course to this planet.
Alright. Just waiting on the go-to.
Right, so just, roll a pilot check then. Are you trying to be stealthy about this, or are you just kind of going straight through?
Do I have a reason to think I should be stealthy?
It's in neutral territory, so I mean, unless they're just like raiders around that I don't know about, I wouldn't be. That's pirate or whatever. I don't know the general like neutral thing.
What is this? Again, you're gonna have to tell me the attribute.
Pilot is Dex.
Is it always the same? Why does it ask every time I roll a skill?
Sometimes you can use different. Sometimes you can use different stats with it, and I'll query different stats.
So it's
like
Dex?
for example, yes, Dex. Sometimes sneaking, as an example, is not always Dex. It could be Charisma, like sneaking through a crowd. No, it's 8 is a pass.
Oh,
It's 7 and up.
It's red because I rolled a 1.
Yeah. So general rule is 7 and up. If it's a 7 and up, it passes unless written otherwise. All right. So, and with that, the party just sets a straight course to the space terminal on Jakun 3. About 8 hours pass. Everyone ends up having to spend a day's worth of food and general energy stuff. So why don't everyone reduce the price of their creds by 20 creds? Or you can remove that from the cost.
Yeah, from our.
I can just swap
supply.
my battery, so I don't need to do anything.
Actually, it does, because you're an android. It's not because of food and water. It's more of energy. So it does require 20 credits of energy.
Oh, okay.
Because you're taking directly from the ship, and the ship requires credits
Right.
to
Okay.
charge. So it's
Feed the beast, yeah.
It's got a fucking credit dispenser on it.
it's not a credit dispenser. It's more about
It's
you know
the cost
when
of
you
fuel.
get to go to port.
It's
go
like
to,
a little gadget phone machine. You put credits into it, and you get food steps out.
I mean, a literal vending machine, yeah. No,
Do we
it's-
have on the actual
That's right.
ship's character sheet our collective money? Because we should have that.
not at the moment. You can have that there. Someone can totally be a.
Someone should keep track of that. Hey, the pilot should keep
treasure.
track of that.
So
so
you can drag that, or
Unless you're
okay.
gonna delegate, like, you know, what do you call the person in charge of cargo and supplies? The quartermaster.
Quartermaster?
I'm the pilot, so I'm not doing it.
Yeah, how about the android to be the quartermaster?
Oh, I see. I see how it is.
Yeah. You were a living calculator. Enjoy.
What? You're already taking
So-
up one of the cargo bays.
Can I have a sheet then, Alex?
If you take a look at
Or not a
the-
sheet, a blank, no.
If you
can
look,
use
there's a
ship.
thing already. Just use the
Oh.
ship.
Soaring Swallow, it's right there.
Sure. Okay.
There's like
And
spaces
we-
for you to add notes on it.
If you you were saying something, Rook, before all that happens, did you want to do something?
No, I was just confirming how much. So it's going to
Yep.
be taken out of the credits that we were given, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, we are not personally spending any money for this right now. Most of our operating costs should be taken out of the.
Come out of the 300 and whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
325 was it originally?
That is correct.
So we have
So now-
305 credits.
Minus 80 because 20
Oh,
per person.
20 each.
Yes.
I'm a really bad living calculator, guys.
I mean, considering well,
Is this just how we're abstracting it? Will we not be required to like buy this in advance in the future, or?
this is yeah. You will have to buy it in advance in the future. Like you have to buy days
Okay.
worth. So like in the future,
20
you can, like,
had like 4 times market price, so that's pretty expensive.
so.
We might as well just pack rations of it.
I guess that's
No,
why
but like it's not
so
just
expensive.
food. It's also just like, for example, using energy and using like things like in your like
Okay.
using the washroom, for example.
I mean, that makes sense because like you can recharge power cells and stuff on your ship,
Yep.
Yeah.
so you don't have to spend money for those.
It's also
We
recharging your
can
combat.
talk. Yeah, sorry.
Hey, I'm sorry, I do have one question, Alex.
Yeah, what's up?
The pulse rifle, is that an energy weapon or is that a projectile weapon?
That is an energy weapon.
That is it, so I'd have power cells instead of... Okay.
Yes.
Ammo, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that's sort of what I'm trying to figure out for the system here. Is it like in the future are we going to need to have like all of this as supplies, or do we just pay 20 credits a day and we just do that and it just magically, or not magically? I don't mean to. Are we abstracting it at that level? Is my
You're kind of extracting it at that level. It's just every day. You can also plan a course and pay up front. For example, it's kind of just it's one of those things where you're in a ship. It's kind of like that atmosphere where you're constantly paying credits to maintain the ship.
I mean, I'm down with that. I just
Fill up the tank.
yeah.
I mean, there are interstellar gas stations, right?
Yep, there are.
Yeah.
In fact, you're just about to come across one. So you're coming across a Trojan 900. It's a very common gas station. I don't know what common gas stations there are in the United States, but it's like I don't know, like is this what is? Give me a gas station.
Excellent.
Shop.
Like, yeah, sure.
Go, says go.
It's just a common gas station, and you notice there's a bunch of other ships, and they're coming to and fro the system. They're kind of like placed strategically around near the outside rings and the inside rings, just in case, because usually it costs quite a bit in order to do subspace travel, spike drilling. But anyways, that's out of the way. Then you have a couple places on the map on Jakun 3. It's about 5 major cities, but there's one specifically that you're going to, which is New Helios, which is the location of Valiant Hospital. you decide to go there first, or do you want to make a stop?
Well, where's the touchdown point?
Touchdown point is in New Helios. There's a port there.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go. I'm gonna go directly. I suggest going directly there. I'll ask the crew, hey, guys, you want to go to? I'm assuming we want to go directly to our destination. Without any detours. Someone has a good reason.
Can I use the ship's computer to scan the planet for any interesting floriforms?
Sure, you may. That'll be a program check.
We should finish our work first before we play.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more.
I'm gonna head us in.
The other alternative is just knowing the planet's general thing, so you can just know if the planet has interesting flora that you've heard of. Okay. So I'll allow you to do that, because we're still getting used to the system. So go roll no at intelligence to see if you just have any idea. Nope, same thing. Unfortunate. Yeah, you've never been here before, you've never heard this before, you would never have heard this before. It's some backwater planet in neutral space that you don't care about.
Is it also like desert?
Yes, it's mostly steppes and desert.
Deserts have plants?
I mean, yeah, it's true.
I'm trying to find, I gotta find a good spot to plant my seedling.
Well, you do find, you do have find the port, and you end up in the New Helios starport. And as you land, you notice there's large chunks of metal that clamp onto your ship as you land. Or actually, let's do the whole narrative thing. You're coming in, it says, Soaring Swallow, this is New Helios spaceport. Please identify.
This is Soaring Swallow requesting clearance to land.
Clearance to land set on bay number 4. Please proceed. And as you see, like one of the bay doors above the roof starts to open, and red lights start to shine out, and giving you your way to descend into the starport. And with that, you descend, and when you land into the garage of other ships in the area, large metal clamps clamp onto the bottom, and you hear a bunch of droids kind of going around and inspecting. A bunch of, what are they called? Like, gas where it kind of like cleanses the system. Like there's a cleansing thing, detoxing.
You mean the airlock?
Not the airlock, the, I guess...
Decontamination! Decontamination is the word you're looking for.
Yeah, decontamination, little droids floating above, little square little bots with red...
I raise my arms so they can get underneath.
Right, they're decontaminating the ship right now.
Oh, I thought they were decontaminating. I thought we had to go through a room, sorry.
Nope. Not yet. Not quite yet.
God damn it. I'll hold on to that joke.
That's for when we leave the docking bay, probably.
Yes. So, and with that, you have landed. What do you guys do?
I'll put my mask, cowl, and stuff on.
I'm gonna go grab my. I'm gonna put my woven suit on, and saddle up the backpack, strap the rifle to it on the underneath, and well, actually, I'm gonna stow the rifle.
I'm gonna switch out to a fresh battery just in case, you know, something goes wrong.
Fresh battery. So, why don't you go ahead and mark down what is stowed, what is in your backpack, and what is left on the ship for me, please.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna carry my compad, my meta tool, and my gun and ammo readied on my tool belt.
Yep, and that's fine. And with
then
that,
toolkit and vac suit and some more ammo stored away.
And as everyone's kind of getting their stuff in order, you get another hail from the New Helios starport. Soaring Swallow, this is New Helios Administration Command, requesting channels.
I mean, I prefer...
Helios Command, go ahead.
Well, this is New Helios Starport. Welcome to Jakun 3. Just so you know, we do have a law against open arm carries. Due to the nature of the planet, you are more than welcome to have any sorts of weapons that is class medium or smaller and below. Any explosive ordnance must be kept on the ship. That is all. So essentially what they're saying is you can have your rifles and your guns, but anything like rocket launchers, any heavy weaponry is a no-no.
Including explosives.
Yeah, like grenades, for example, you keep them on the ship. Does anyone have grenades?
I don't think anyone's can afford a grenade.
I mean, I can afford grenades, but like, no, I don't have them.
No.
So,
I have a revolver.
Yeah, that's just kind of like the general thing. And you get like a whole document of like just the rules and the laws and regulations. It's essentially you can carry guns, but if you don't be an idiot about it, if you fire, then expect to be fired back at. So
I will look at the regulations, immediately memorize it, and then put it down.
Oh wait, so open carry's legal on these things?
Yes, open carries are.
Oh yeah, I'm ready in this thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm packing mine in my holster here.
It's gonna be on my back.
You get the feel like it's a kind of a lawless law kind of going around in these parts.
Oh yeah, so I'll probably have to shoot people. Great.
Yeah, neutral territories. Probably not. I mean, there's 4 of us, and
There's 4 of us, and we have medical supplies.
And guns.
I mean, petty thieves tend to not fuck with aliens either.
Good point.
And with that, you have cowled and you have put on your mask, Silkis. Alright, so I'm gonna need you to make a sneaking check. See if you're able to kind of blend through the crowd. And this will be based off charisma, not dexterity, because there's a bunch of people around you.
So we're basically heading out now?
Yes, and only Silkis, unless Silkis wants to kind of walk around not really caring who sees. And you do that, 100%.
How busy is the space where we're getting off at?
Yes, and well, that is up to you when you want to get off because you're gonna have to open the cargo hold.
Right away, probably.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we're ready. Let's go.
Yeah, you're ready to go.
Okay,
and
so remind us exactly what we're doing here, actually.
All right, so with that, you see in the cargo hold there's like 4 large crates of medical supplies, kind of in boxes and sealed boxes, and with that you have inside a bunch of just stuff for cancer treatment and really good medical supplies for the planet you're on right now. Valiant Hospital is kind of well known in these parts, so with that you don't have a trolley, so you're gonna have to rent one.
Well, let's go get a trolley.
You packing cancer meds? I guess Uncle has a soft side somewhere.
Doesn't have a trolley.
You guys don't have a car.
Yeah, we don't have a trolley. I look pointedly at the monkey. Because somebody broke it.
I'm apologize. The wire was orange. I thought it tasted like oranges. And it kind of scratches its head and its tail is kind of like curled up. And it kind of hides its face and hides behind Miles.
I still don't know why it exploded.
Hurt me. It was orange. It looked delicious. As it speaks through its
It does bring into question why it would have exploded.
I'm telling you, it was only orange wire. It seems distressed right now.
Can we go and stop interrogating the monkey?
Just hide in the backpack. Mr. Jones, just hide in the backpack.
Okay, so are you... Okay, I'm gonna say that's encumbrance 2 for
Sure.
it to be in
Sure,
the
that's
back.
fine. Stowed monkey.
That's stone, yeah. It's a stowed monkey.
Okay,
Jesus
but
Christ.
I can use the monkey.
I mean, you can use... Yeah, I guess.
He's
The monkey's
encumbered,
not
so
readily
monkey.
available, though. The monkey needs to be coaxed out.
Oh my god. Alright. So you have about... And then you go to the very long line of the starport. It's gonna take about an hour and a half to get to the front.
I will go into the queue.
Does everyone go into the queue, or is kind of...
I mean, if Mailing's gonna take care of it, I'm gonna go get a trolley.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with,
Oh, I thought it was in the queue for the trolley.
No, the queue is just registration for the...
you gotta register the
ship.
ships. And
Yes.
That's getting us the port, so we're gonna take care of that and try to get this stuff moving. Actually, Miles, you and Silkis should go maybe talk to our informant, or whoever the hell we're supposed to deliver this to. I don't expect any trouble renting a hover lift, you know?
Is the informant, do we know where the meeting point for the informant is?
At Valiant Hospital, which you cannot get out of right now because
So
you're
at the
stuck in port.
hospital, yeah, we're stuck in port, so we can't just go do that.
I'll just wait by the ship, and I want to keep a lookout to see if there's anybody suspicious nearby.
Okay, so why don't you go ahead and roll a notice for me, please?
What is notice?
Notice is based off of wisdom. Alright, so you kind of head back to the ship, and you're kind of sitting by the cargo hold. Aside from the regular denizens, as well as some people outside of the system kind of walking to and from, there's a man hiding behind a very tall pole. You see a glimmer of his glasses kind of looking at the ship. Machine looks over, and then his eyes meet yours. He panics, and then he kind of slinks off into the crowd.
You mean the eyes of the mask?
Yeah. Eyes at the mask, that's what I meant. Kind of slinks back into the crowd. What do you do?
I just stand here, still continuing to look out, make sure he doesn't come back.
Miles stays on the ship, and alright, so let's go over to Mei Ling. And about an hour and a half passes, the slowest line you've been in a while.
I'm just using my data slab while I wait.
Right, so you're kind of looking up Wikipedia posts about the natural flora in the area.
Oh my god, Mei Ling 100% would be active on the Wikipedia talk pages.
Oh, hell yeah.
Very vocal opinions.
It's at this time, Wikipedia is funny because wiki is an actual plant, so it's the plant forum, not the Wikipedia that we're used to right now. It's literally a plant forum.
On the top page of it, and I have very strong opinions about proper editing.
Yeah, so you have like about
editing etiquette.
Editing etiquette. You have like 3,600 posts, and you're kind of you're up there with the tribunes of the other posters there. Anyways, you're finishing up, wrapping up a very long and winded explanation of the most recent flora you have on the ship at the moment and how it handles in space, and you meet an alien race. These long, large creatures have a very strong hide on their back and have yellow, beady eyes that kind of stick out on stalks. And they have several arms that are just like pressing all sorts of different computers and buttons. The way that they do it is just like this giant slab of meat, and they slap it onto the keyboard, and small little suction cups just kind of press into the keyboard, so they can handle a whole bunch of things at once.
Super
Wow,
cool.
efficient.
Very efficient until you realize that they live for about 2,000 years, and you hear, "Hello. How can I help you today, ma'am?"
I'm here to register the Sword and Swallow and crew.
Which bay are you in?
E26.
Bay 4. You guys are in
Bay 4.
Yeah, Bay 4. And Bay 4.
Yep.
Kind of about like a very long and awkward minute passes, and then it's pulled up. How many people
4.
are it? Thank you.
You're welcome.
So what are you in New
We're doing
Helium?
trade. We're traders. Got
Thank
supplies
you
for the hospital.
for
You're
your
welcome.
input. Please hold for 5 minutes. Just the longest 5 minutes. Welcome to Space DMV. And 5 minutes pass, and that will require a fee of 100 credits to use the space port.
All right, here you go.
Then you toss over a chit. You put in your compad into the interface, and a few seconds pass. Yes, thank you. You are now free to go. I'm pretty sure you leave halfway through the sentence.
Yeah. As soon as I hear the word free, I'm just like, all right, bye. And I leave.
So in that hour and a half, Mike heads over to some of the rentals, and you see a couple trucks and cars. Some of the vans there seem big enough and sturdy enough to, in order to rent, in order to transfer the medical supplies.
Okay, so I'm looking at this. It's a capacity of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 25. 25 capacity medical supplies. What's the capacity of this this van? Does he fit the whole thing, or?
It's probably gonna take 2 trips, but it can fit the whole thing. Fit. Yeah, so like 2.
You just told me 2 opposite answers, my dude.
Sorry, I am sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. But
one of the larger trucks has because they have a trolley that you can attach to the van that can fit all of it. It's gonna cost you about 30 credits a day to rent.
Oh yeah,
How far
sure.
away is the hospital?
And so just a simple regular car, the regular van. It's a pretty good tow truck, reliable. The man Johnson behind the counter says, "That's the most reliable van you'll ever get rented. Just make sure you bring it back in one piece. Well, else you're gonna pay for it. I've already lost 3 of these things. Please don't lose it." Kind of looks at you. He has short hair with narrow eyes, kind of like staring at you. So you want it?
I mean, listen, unless you think it's gonna get blown up at the hospital, yeah, sure, no problem.
Oh, you're going to Valiant Hospital? Well,
Yeah.
okay, well, all right, that's good news. Yeah, that's the case. Here you go. And kind of gives you like a clipboard with a whole bunch of lights, and you kind of sign your name there.
Yeah,
a few minutes.
I kind of make small talk to them. Say, yeah, we're bringing in medical supplies.
Medical supplies? Well, any friend of a Valiant is a friend of mine. And he kind of like knocks down the credits to 20 instead of 30.
What? Oh, what a pal. I pay that out of our, go ahead and take that Mooney out of our...
Yeah, I already did.
Thank you.
My niece had cancer, but they were able to treat her some of it. It's in remission right now. Good to know. Well,
we got a whole mess of it, so...
Here's to hoping it saves someone else. And kind of like did small talk. And after a while, it kind of... Yeah, you drive the van back with a nice large trolley. And,
all right.
What's the party do now?
I imagine Mike and I would get back to the shift around the same time.
Yeah.
And you meet a mildly annoyed-looking mailing, but oh, good, you got it. I'll help you load up.
Okay.
Alright. So let's get this this bad boy loaded up. So we load as much as we can into the back of the van and then fill the rest up on the trolley.
Alright, everything's tied up, ready to go.
Alright, and with that, the party sets forth. Or I should say the crew, because this is space.
Yeah,
so the crew. Yeah, so the motley crew.
I also informed them that there was a shady-looking guy checking out our vessel.
Yeah, well, don't leave your belongings on the ship, I guess. I don't know.
No, I mean, no. Once you close up, you close up. Like the only way you guys get in is based off your compats. It's kind of the like your ID identification to get on the ship, and Weatherly it knows who you guys are. Won't let anyone else in except you guys. And it's just, I will man the fort, sirs and ladies. I'll promise not to let anyone in, especially monkeys.
Well.
And you hear inside of your backpack, I heard that.
I'm gonna look at Wesley. Please don't clean up my lab.
Yes, of course, I will not clean up your not lab. And he goes and yes, there's a cargo hold, closes, you see him take out a broom. And anyways, you hear like the airlocks shut close, and your ship is now safe in the hands of the spaceport.
Alright, I'm gonna pull up a map of this and our immediate area on my compat here. So how far away is this hospital?
It's about an hour and a half drive from the spaceport.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Yep.
What's the capacity on this truck?
Yeah, how much is the capacity of this thing?
It is maxed out right now with the trolley.
What's its actual totals? I just want to know how many medical supplies are in here, and I'm gonna nitty gritty this a little bit, Alex. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just want to know. I just want to know.
It can lug around 30 tons of 30 tons.
Does each I thought you said there was like a trolley in the back holding the rest?
Yeah, so like the truck itself can carry about half of it, and the other, and the trolley behind it can carry the rest of it.
So is one square about a ton then?
1 square is a ton, yes.
Okay, but it's 25 squares.
Yes, it's 25 squares, correct.
Okay, so all of it can go in the back of the van. We don't need a trolley in the back. See, that's what's confusing me.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the van itself can carry 10 tons, and
10,
the trolley
okay.
can carry the 15. 15. That's what you're
okay,
asking
see,
for.
there we go. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is important whenever someone inevitably like chases us, and we need to know like how much we're gonna lose if we lose the trolley.
Yep.
And it's most of it bad, very bad.
Yep.
It's probably pretty cramped up in the van too.
Yeah, so where are we gonna, where passenger-wise is what I was actually asking.
I mean, it's a van. We can all get in there. You can like ride in with the cargo if you need to. There's probably just a row of seats up front, and that's it.
Yeah, there's about a row of seats that can fit 3 people comfortably, and there's a couple seats in the back, and someone can sit with the cargo.
One question: what kind of vehicle is this? Like, what kind of futuristic space vehicle am I driving, Alex?
It is named a futuristic space vehicle. It's a Ford 150.
Space van.
Wait, is it a U-Haul?
It is a wheeled van. All right, actually, that's good because that's my wheelhouse, so to speak.
Hey.
See, these things are easy. They're not too much different than the tractors back home.
Nope, it's very much like it's a truck.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
a large truck, and a trolley in the back connected.
What's visibility in the back?
Visibility in the back, yeah, the medical supplies, you can kind of like sit on near it. It's fine. The cargo itself, the tonnage is about, each of the containers, and there's about 4 of them, is about 5 feet wide, about 10 feet tall, so it can be pretty large.
When is it back?
Pardon? You both spoke at the same time.
So this is like a truck, so that's open in the back, not
Yes.
closed like a U-Haul. Okay, I'll
It's
sit
not
in the
closed.
back then. I can cling to things.
Alright, so Silkis decides to step out and sit in the back and kind of cling on to the
Yeah, I think that's okay. All right, so it is a truck. You were calling it a van earlier. That's
My bad.
yeah.
I had a truck in mind.
I'll forgive you. You're a music boy. You're not a truck boy.
No.
This is
I'm not a
outside.
truck
This is
boy.
outside of your like realm of expertise, so that's fine.
That's my purview.
My
So,
dad is literally a construction worker, so I'm like, I know
Yeah, it's a
things.
truck.
I'll do front passenger then.
All right, so that's me, you, and the
Front
monkey
down.
up front.
Yep.
I'm in the
Is
middle,
Mel-
I guess.
Yeah, you
Kind
can sit in
of.
the middle with the monkey
Yep. I got the monkey on my lap.
Nice.
I'm just kind of petting it.
and like spider
Wait.
reclined like in the back. That's pretty rad.
Yes, in fact, you have noticed after all this time that Silkis has a very good knack at clinging at pretty much any surface without any issue.
Spider lady. That's
Spider
not too
lady, yeah.
surprising.
I know what spiders are.
Also,
I
she
can
likes your
just kind of
space.
cling to it.
Yeah, also she likes your space, which I'm sure we've all picked up on at this point.
Say that again?
Also, you like your space. As in, that's why you crawled out into the back by yourself.
More of, I crawled out in the back just so that I can be clinging to something and looking out.
But yeah, she probably also takes up more space.
That's
I
also
mean,
true.
I prefer more of, dark, tight spaces.
Feel like
This was
all-
just easier.
Fair enough. Alright, so I mean, I'm gonna crank this bitch up and let's get rolling.
And so you crank the bitch up and you realize both the AC and the radio are broken.
Windows
So
down.
Another reason why I'm sitting in the back.
No, that's fine.
So-
Hold on. No, listen, literally every fucking rental truck in every shitty port does not have a working radio because they never fix that. I plugged my compad in and tuned it into the radio.
Yeah, and you tune it in, and you've done this so many times, and it starts
Yeah.
playing some of the locals, which is a kind of a mix of futuristic. Actually, no. Hold on. I had a music ready for this.
Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
Of course you did.
We'll listen to. I was gonna pull it to the news too, but we'll definitely listen to the
Oh.
music for a little bit while we ride.
By the way, Alex, don't forget I do have a spider sense.
Yes, you do.
Oh, do you?
Do you know?
Yes.
Goddamn.
It's literally, quite literally spider sense.
My spider sense is tingling.
Heh. Anyways, so this kind of plays on the radio, and you kind of tune into the news, and there's, Valiant Hospital has saved several lives today, and there's always a segment every hour. It takes an hour and a half, so like on the second hour, you hear the segment about the lives being saved. You hear actually the name of your contact, Rupert Hensworth, who is actually a very talented young surgeon who at the age of 28 has already been successful in a bunch of transplants. Very well trained, very intelligent. But it also talks about just the general state of things with the...
So he's going from surgery to oncology. He's talented.
Yes.
Hey, when you
So
got
anyways-
it, you got it.
Right, so anyways, in which case, you see in the distance the very large city of New Helios. Purple, blue neon lights kind of shine as these very tall skyscrapers that kind of pierce the clouds and go way above the clouds, kind of juxtaposed by the several shanty towns at the edge. And the port is kind of located about several kilometers away. I'm not going to try and convert that to miles, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I have a
uh,
close enough eyeball for how that feels.
Yep.
So it works for me.
So, as you come in off the highways, you kind of pass through several of these towns made out of a hodgepodge of wood and metals and plastics, scrap metal that they find anywhere just to build houses and homes to live in. Trash fires, pretty much where as far as the eyes can see. With several of humanoids and some of the lesser alien creatures kind of hopping around.
Well, I don't
You
think
do
they're
notice-
lesser.
Oh, no, like, yeah, I guess. You don't think that you're
go
the
ahead,
lesser.
Alex. That was just an interjection. Sorry.
You don't think that the lesser, but there's kind of a general terminology between the major and the lesser alien.
I actually understand
Oh.
what you mean now. Yeah.
major and lesser animal races, because the major ones are kind of called that because that's what they're more prolific in the Republic.
Prominence. I understand.
Yes, yeah. So you see a frogman and an Ant-Man somewhere off, kind of playing around, and you drive deep into the heart of New Helios, and all of a sudden the shades of orange and black smoke that kind of wafted over the truck that you were renting now are just blue, purple, and all sorts of different neon lights with characters and imagery of the local and common languages that you see kind of plastered all over the walls and windows, and a bunch of hologram projections kind of float around. People who have been in large metropolis cities like these are used to them, but people who aren't, this is a little bit new. It's a bit of a...
Yeah, this is still jarring to me. I don't like this at all.
Yeah, you don't, because the lights and the shades just seem very, very transhuman and not natural at all.
Feels like I'm getting yelled at by the fucking walls, and I hate it.
Yeah, literally. A bunch of random ads play, sometimes sounds, and you hear like a whole symphony of different ads playing at the same time, with skin cream to bullets to meals and rations and ramen. And
not good. More corporate expansionist garbage. Great.
And the news of the latest news being played as well. It is neutral space after all, and 206 is kind of, despite being closer to Commonwealth space, is definitely influenced by a lot of the Republic doodads that people are quite used to. So anyways, the crew travels for about another 30 minutes deeper into the territory until they find themselves in a very large hospital, towering 4 skyscrapers kind of reach up into the clouds, with a central spherical building that it seems to be the entrance. And the 4 towers. Yes, what's up?
Now that I've had like a couple hours on the drive to be looking over my data, it's like, can I make another knowledge check to see if there's any interesting plants on this planet?
Absolutely.
Can I aid? Because I have a vast knowledge of plants.
And it's not like they're doing anything else but looking out the fucking windows and chatting, so...
Yep.
It's very true. I don't know how assisting works in this game.
I think you get a +1. I think you just...
No,
it adds
what he
assistance,
has to
right?
do is he has to make the check himself, and if he passes, I get a +1.
Negative. No, that wouldn't make sense at all. If I could just pass the check, I'd do it. No, I just have to make it make sense. I need to get a bonus.
Alright, so how do you help?
Alright, well, we actually... Hey, me lady.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I have, I did pick up some soil samples on the way here when we were loading up the truck. Looks like they dragged some of the refuse back to some of the ships in the spaceport. So maybe you could use that to get a stream.
Let me see. She kind of loads it up in her metatool, starts examining it. There's a little hologram screen in front of her that's kind of like reading off all these numbers and stuff. So it's +1. Damn it! Wait, no, that's good.
It's red or green based on 1s and 6s.
Yes. Alright, so you're able to find some of the flora, and unfortunately where New Helios is, you're kind of in the concrete jungle. You're gonna have to fly to one of the other continents to see if you can find some interesting flora. There are a few that are interesting. One that speeds up the healing process, and that's why Valiant Hospital has been able to thrive as much as it can. There are certain reagents on this planet that just speed up the healing factor in people.
Oh, damn. I definitely want some of those for my lab.
Yeah, you would want some of those for your lab, but the unfortunate thing is that it would take you about 6 hours to get there with your ship, and another 100 credits, and just a whole bunch of other stuff.
We're not
have to get through.
Yeah. But
Maybe
to help
after the
out
job is
the plant folks, so are there no like green initiatives in these cities? I mean, I know they're basically slums anyway, but like no like places where people planted trees or shit.
Nope.
Not
It's
a one.
nothing but a concrete jungle. Like after entering the concrete jungle known as New Helios, in the purple and blue, not a shade of green has been seen for about 30 minutes.
Disgusting.
Malin kind of sighs, and maybe she'll be able to pick some up at the
Well,
hospital
there
later.
is green, but it's just images of trees and other flora-like kind of being played across.
Right, in
and
ads.
In ads, yeah, through ads. And,
Typical.
I guess
And all
I'll pay
you hear
attention to
is-
the ads to see if there's any like
So,
stores that
Please,
sell
I guess
cuttings.
evidently not.
latest in the Flora skin cream. Age back 30 years. Age back like an Ursa. And you see like the pictures of bears and just giant floral with like clovers, and it's kind of disgusting. Very, very on the nose kind of advertising. And you just see a whole bunch of people just going off their days, several of them in suits and ties, wage slaves to the concrete jungle, trying to live through another daily life on the planet of Dracon 3. So, eventually you find yourselves at the entrance of the Valiant Hospital. You are at the entrance, and there's a very large, heavy-set, overweight security officer who's currently head first into some soy donuts. Looks up and turns to you guys and says, "It's bloody 6 in the evening. What do you want?"
My good man, we're here to make a delivery of medical supplies to a Mr. What was his name?
Rupert Hensworth.
Mr. Rupert Hensworth. Oh, that's an idiot, damn it. Rupert Hensworth.
Oh, Dr. Hensworth. Oh, 1 second. And he kind of sets very meekly the bunch of soy donuts. There's all crumbs. It's disgusting.
Yes, quite.
He kind of puts it to the side and cleans his hands and takes a big gulp of the soda that he has there. You know, this is Dr. Hensworth, sir, you have a delivery? And you hear on the other side a very soft tone, "Oh yes, send them in." He said, "Oh, well, you're free to go," and he presses a button and it raises. And I'm not going to fake burp, man.
Please
It
do
hurts
not. Thank you.
Please don't.
Hurts my chest.
Hurts my soul.
Right, so, and the crew continues forth, and you're kind of led to a docking area with some other trucks. You do notice some of the refined canisters of that one floor you had searched up earlier, May. Very glowing green and blue with translucent colors kind of mixed in, sort of bubbling. It's not the plants themselves, but they've been refined to a point to be administered as medicine. And you see him loading it in as one of the workers there, a taller man dressed in blue, has a clipboard and glowing in several different lights, and says, "All right, bring her in," and says, "All right, well, looks like you got everything here." "No, okay. Well, it looks like Rupert wants to meet you in his office." "No, actually. Well, we got it here. I'm guessing he'll pay you in his office, but off you go."
Hey, wait a minute.
May's already off to go talk to the guy.
Apologies, but we were supposed to deliver that to Dr. Rupert himself. I don't know if we can just give these supplies to you like that.
Hey,
Huh.
don't worry about it. I'm gonna pat Miles on the shoulder, and me and Silkis will stay with the cargo. Just handle all the paperwork, man.
Quite.
All right.
I'm off.
"Well, no skin off my back," and he kind of like scratches his head, which underneath the hat, you see a bolting man. Kind of goes off and tends to the others. And Silkis, what are you doing? You're staying back with the cargo?
Yeah, I'll stay back.
Okay.
I'm just gonna find a nice soft piece of wall to lean back on. Across the
A nice
shoulders.
soft piece of wall to lean back on, and let's
I
change.
will
Watch these
imitate
gentlemen
him.
work.
I'm gonna imitate Mike Sernadez and find a nice piece of wall to put my back up against and lean and try to pretend to be as human as possible.
In fact, can you roll another sneak, please, with your charisma? And the both of you can roll notice, unless you want to assist.
I'm not sure what would be better.
What is notice?
Notice is
There
wisdom.
we go.
Perception.
Generally, separate rolls are good.
Okay, roll then.
I guess I'll make my own then.
Mm-hmm.
Notice
Wow.
you said?
Yes. Notice it's
What
13.
is that?
It's wisdom. It's based off of wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of you are actually able to keep your eye out. All right. So you notice that you drove in some of the men who are working at the dock. There are two on the far side of the corner in the truck. Nothing's in the truck. one of them kind of looks over, and Silkis, because your head is turned one way, your eyes can move another, and you notice that they're looking right at you guys, looking at the cargo. And then they kind of whisper amongst each other. You can't tell what they're saying. It's kind of getting into like the evening, kind of 6:30, and night in the city happens a lot earlier, around 3, because the sun actually gets blocked out by the several tall towers and skyscrapers in the heart of New Helios. So all you see is just purple and blue and the dark hues, cool winter colors, kind of washing over everyone and everything. And Silkis and Mike, you both noticed that you've attracted some attention. What do you guys do?
I kind of make my weapon known a little bit.
I mean, I'm wearing my
Right.
gun out on my hip anyway, but I'm just gonna, like, pretend I don't even notice him.
Okay.
I'm bored, waiting.
Okay, so now we're going to switch cameras over to where Mei Ling and Miles are. You walk through, and finally the sights of blue and purple are washed away, and you get a more pristine color of whites and grays as you enter the hospital. Several nurses in their smocks, as well as doctors talking to patients. It's pretty crowded, but you do notice a lot of the people in here range from the elites to the impoverished. You hear about, I don't think we'll ever be able to pay you. And one of the doctors says, no. The Valianton will always be a free healthcare hospital. You don't have to worry a thing, Mrs. Cheshire. We will take care of everything. And you notice that the little girl that she is carrying is malnourished, very malnourished. And she's kind of trolleyed off on a wheelchair. And another conversation you hear in the distance says, no, I have the credits. Move him up the waiting list. They say, sorry, we don't do that here. And that angry conversation in the distance continues to happen. Eventually, you head up to one of the higher offices. You take an elevator. Obviously, elevator music plays. I don't have any on hand. But you go up to one of the higher floors, and the elevator itself protrudes outside of the building, so you can kind of see the town once more. Or not the town, wow, this ain't the city once more. And again, the colors of purple and blue kind of wash as you head above the clouds into a more starry sky, though a lot of the light has polluted much of it. And you head up to about floor 200, pretty tall up. And you exit, and there's an android in the front there, just kind of manning some papers, doing administration stuff, and sees you come out, and its head moves in an unnatural kind of way, kind of snaps onto you, Miles, and locks, and it blinks a few times, although very rhythmic, very robot-like instead of human, and says, hello, how can I help you today?
Oh, good day. Miles Sinclair with the Dr. Rupert Hensworth.
Dr. Hensworth is expecting you. Second row to the left. And his hand, without moving a single other muscle, or not muscle, any part of his body, again with this robotic, very inhumane kind of way, just sticking up and pointing a finger to where the room is. And it blinks a few more times.
Very good. Come along, Mayling.
And the both of you head down the hallway. Very clean. There's a very high emphasis on white and pristine, and just it's a very elegant hospital. You come in, you sit down, Rupert, and says, oh yes, come in. Gray hair, very clean cut, swept to one side, combs to dress code, the pinnacle of a doctor as he's wearing his doctor's clothes. What is it called? The overcoat?
Scrubs.
Yeah, the scrubs.
Or actually, is it the coat? It's
Scrubs and lab coat.
He'd be wearing scrubs
Literal,
with maybe a lab coat.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's-
The surgeons generally just wear mint green
Scrubs.
scrubs. Mint green
Yeah,
scrubs.
scrubs.
So you notice that his lab coat is tossed to a chair next to him, and scrubs, and it seems like he's just been through a very grueling surgery. He sits down and rests, and he pours himself some apple juice, and he says, would you guys like anything? I don't have any alcohol. I do have some juices, though.
Just water, if you could, please. That'd be
Yeah,
great.
fine.
Thank you.
Hi,
I
Sam.
I can sympathize with the workload.
And he kind of snaps his fingers, and the chairs kind of move themselves, and the two chairs kind of sit and rest right in front of the table, and allowing you to sit. And he pours you a cup of water. Nothing for May, and he sits down and says, well, looks like he presses a few buttons on the screen, and the screen flares up, and there's like a security camera right over where the cargo is. Looks like you brought everything. Well, nothing of incident happens when you were coming.
Mm-mm.
Nothing of note.
Okay. He seemed very tense. For a doctor that's just gotten a whole lot of medical supplies, he seems tense.
Is something the matter?
No, gonna
You're
drinks.
lying.
I mean, you can. What would be ins?
No, he's like
but
obviously
he's lying.
He's obviously lying, and he's taking a sip of his. 1 second. He takes a sip of his juice and he relaxes. Well, no, he's still tense, but like he slumps at the shoulders and first things first, business is business. He takes out a chit and slides it over to the party. The rest of you guys get the rest of the credits, which is 1,175.
Just add that to the ship store.
Yeah.
Nice.
1,175.
Yes,
That means
because
no matter what happens from here, we're good as far as our job is done.
Yep, your job is done. And
Now it's time to get nosy.
Do you send a message down to, like, do you send a message to your compad to
Yeah,
Mike?
hey,
We got like a ding, but to let them know that the payment's been transferred, but otherwise I don't like
Yeah.
DM them or anything.
Hey, actually, I'd like to bring up a suggestion for the other players. So, one thing that we did do in the other Stars Without Numbers campaign was we treated the in-game chat like a group DM.
Oh, that's extremely good.
It's extremely
That's
so. Just
a good
like
idea.
basically, if you want to like, I think we just did like this, like, you just put it in brackets like that.
Yeah, square
just
brackets is
anything that
that's
goes into the
text.
straight into the group chat is a text. Yeah, that goes into the group chat.
This is the future. You guys can talk, use text, like think
Yeah,
outside
I mean,
the box. You have
it was
confidence for a
really
reason.
fun, and I just remembered it. So yeah. No, just like enclose what you say in brackets.
So it'd be square
Oh, okay,
brackets.
okay, so you don't mark them like that. You just mark them.
Yeah, I just sorry, putting it in
cool.
all caps made it confusing.
It did kind of.
Meow. Perfect.
So would it be like that or like?
Yes,
Yep. Like
and
that.
you would actually have gotten that that message headed up the elevator. Just the cat god, I love it. That's okay. I love it. It's fine. 100% fine. It's nice to hear. But anyways,
Gives that sense of being at the table
Yeah.
around with each other.
yep. And about a few minutes pass. While the conversation is happening, we're gonna pan the camera back over to Mike and Silkis, and you're both kind of leaning against. You definitely notice them. They haven't really exactly noticed you noticing them per se, but
Hey,
you see
do
an
they
elevator.
What do they like
Oh.
dressed like? Do they look like the other hospital workers or?
They're in a car right now. It's hard to tell, but I'm about to describe that.
Okay, thank you.
So you see an elevator kind of going up, and one of them turns to the other, and the doors open. They're wearing green vests that seem to be covering a whole lot. You can roll another. Actually, you've already did so well in the notice. You do see some weaponry on them. You see a laser pistol on one and a revolver on the other.
Yeah, none of the other hospital workers have been armed, have they?
No, none of
Oh,
them,
oh,
except for
yeah.
the odd security guard. But it's very obvious that they're security guards. But they
Yeah,
don't
they're wearing
have.
the uniform, right?
Yeah, they're wearing the uniform, but they don't have guns. They have tasers.
Yeah,
But
okay.
these ones.
Yeah, okay, Karen.
You do notice like the flash, because Silkis did roll a 13. Your eyes have been trained on them the entire time. Nothing triggers, by the way. I know that you have the sense, so if something comes up, I will let you know. And they kind of walk into the building. They aren't really stopped by the other workers. They're just kind of going out their day, on their evening. A lot of them are just ready for their shift to finish. And you do notice two men enter the building about 5 minutes after the other two crew members did. This is about a few minutes after you got the message. Or no, and then a few minutes later after that, you get a message. The message that Mailing had sent.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, hey, wait a minute. We can see a security camera, right?
yeah, you can see the security camera, and but the security camera is actually pointed on your truck, nowhere else. It's very narrow field of view. You can't tell that, but then all of a sudden, you get a message on your compad, and the both of you check it. Actually, the compad interfaces directly in your eyes, Mailing, so it actually shows up, like it shows up in your screen, as if like you can see it in the top left-hand corner. So you don't, because I would have assumed you have connected your combat to interface with your
Yeah,
if
no,
you're
obviously.
cerebral. Yeah.
So, Malin kind of like makes a sound.
And
I kind of give Miles a look, a side eye, and
I'll look at Dr. Hinsworth. Were you expecting armed visitors today? Besides us?
armed visitors. No. He kind of looks up to the side. He is very nervous right now. And he goes to his desk. You'll have to forgive me. And he presses a button, and like the bunch of the glass behind you guys cracks, not cracks, but like it changes color as if like he's a veil, and the window behind him closes, and he kind of looks through kind of an eye hole. He walks up to where the glass was. He looks through, and there's no one there just yet. I know this is very unsavory, and normally I would do this through regular channels, but I have another job for you guys.
Real quick, Alex.
Yes.
Is the truck empty? Like, did both of the passengers go in?
Yes, the truck is empty and both patches are going. Did you want to investigate
Can I deflate their tires?
Oh, you can, absolutely. Go ahead and roll a sneak to see if no one else notices. This is Dex, because there's not a lot of people around you, and you can totally deflate their tires.
All right, I'm gonna just kind of lower my hand down onto the holster of my gun, but otherwise, like, just sort of like keep on the wall. I'm gonna keep an eye on my partner here.
And you keep an eye on your partner, and actually no one. And you walk up, and nothing actually happens. Some of the workers around, though, they kind of see your hand by your gun. They kind of stay very clear of that area. You don't seem threatening, but like guy with gun, don't deal with guy with gun. Kind of self-preservation.
Oh yeah, just a gut reaction to there's a man with a hand on. No, got a hand.
Right,
on
but
the
they
gun.
don't really pay attention. You have a look upon the crew, and most people have noticed that. They just kind of stay clear. And a few moments pass, and you notice it's like we are clearance from one of the original person who actually talked to you. Comes up a little bit nervous, like a bead of sweat. Looks at the gun and says, "Dr. Hensworth has confirmed. Can we touch the cargo now?" Kind of like his head kind of inching back, kind of his feet pointed to a direction away from you. Mike, what do you do?
I'm gonna turn my head over to the side and look at him and raise an eyebrow. You alright there, partner?
Yeah. Just you have a hand on the gun, and no one else wanted to talk to you, so I'm the one here. You know, managerial duties and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I kind of jerk my hand away from it. Yeah.
All right, and
Sorry,
some
old
other
habits.
people.
But yeah, no, hold on. I got the message. You guys are paid up and clear.
Oh yeah, well no, I totally understand, right? This city ain't always the best of things, so better to be safe than be sorry. And kind of snaps his fingers, and some other people come around, and you kind of like shrug, and after like a few moments, they don't really seem too nervous anymore, and they kind of get their things and they move. Then you guys got paid after all.
Yeah.
And,
well, I'm gonna stay there and like oversee him. I mean, actually, I'm gonna give them a little hand.
Oh, you help
With
them?
a little
Okay,
bit
sure.
of it. Yeah, I'll give him a hand.
Yeah,
like,
so
well,
you
hell,
don't
I'm
have to
sitting
roll
here
a check.
waiting anyway, and I feel bad just watching you guys work and not doing anything.
Oh, I appreciate that. And you kind of lift up and you kind of move in, all that stuff. And Silkis, you slashed them tires real good. And one of them just deflates.
And I just casually walk back to where our load is.
And you notice Mike kind of bringing the crates inside. And we head back up to the tower, and after a few moments of the doctor checking, making sure no one's watching, no one's listening.
So, to make things
yep.
clear, he like dropped. What happened to the windows?
So the windows they become what's the word?
Opaque?
One way or opaque.
Yeah, opaque. They become opaque, and sometimes it would go clear again when his eyes next to it, kind of like looking around. It kind of is automated.
Basically, he's hiding us in here, so he doesn't want anyone to notice he's talking to us. That's what's going on.
Okay.
And the metal plates kind of go down the window, and he starts to play some jazz in the background. And actually, I do have a jazz piece. He's gonna play in the background while you guys.
Give me some of that Miles Davis Jr., my dude. Also good.
Million's kind of got her eyebrow quirked.
And all that plays in the background. He takes out and says, "Uncle, I've already spoken to him somewhat. He trusts you all, and if Uncle trusts you, I trust you. Do any of you? Again, you don't have to take this. You don't, but this would be a load off my shoulders. 2,000 credits.
For what?
Taking one of this and he opens up. He takes his hand and puts it on top of a vault. It opens up, and you notice it is a vial that is similar to what you had seen earlier in the loading bay. This green and blue kind of medical supplies.
Can I tell what that is with a heal check?
Yeah, absolutely. You can do that heal on intelligence, or you can do no on intelligence as well.
I would like to roll that.
Absolutely. Both of you know. It's, hold on. Let's take a look at the medicine here. Alright, it looks to be, if I can find it, because I'm apparently really dumb and I can't find anything in this PDF.
It's alright, it outright lies about page numbers, so...
Yeah. Alright, here we go. It is a very advanced and, like, improved form of Lift, which is a healing drug.
It's a robot. Why did I do that?
If you guys want to read exactly what it does, it is on page 73, 77.
It's just a drug that heals people. Okay, so it's a really powerful drug.
It's a very powerful drug. Normally, it's stemmed up. It's even more powerful because of the flora that grows in one of the continents on Draconian 3.
Why the need for such secrecy, Doctor?
He seems to be very hesitant to speak. I'm very.
It's just Lift, right? I mean.
Yes, I'm very, very pressed on time. If you accept this, and you accept this job, and you bring it to this location, and he opens up, and it's one close to the northern side of the slums. Very far, in fact. In fact, it's a singular house in the middle of nowhere.
You wouldn't be given priority to unsavory individuals now, would we, Doctor?
No, I assure you, I have nothing to do with unsavory individuals. I have tried very hard to stay clean. And...
Hey, Mom, what do you call a patient who's not at the hospital?
Outpatient.
Is it for an outpatient?
Yeah, outpatient. And
Yeah, literally outpatient.
He goes a little bit flush at the face. Yes, I guess you can call it that.
Alright. Look at
Don't
Miles.
let him send me here, Doctor. What are we walking into here? 2,000 credits is an awful lot for a delivery job.
Yes, it is. And with that, you hear, "Hey, Doc, you in?"
1,000 up front.
He says, "Deal." And he takes out a crit. He gives you 1,000 right off the bat. So go ahead and add another 1,000, and whatever messages, and I'm gonna stop the music and have silence because it's gonna be tense as fuck.
We about done loading up down there?
Yeah, you're about done loading up down there. And Miles, in the quickness of just after hearing, "You in there, Doc?" you send that message down to Mike and Silkis. And Miles, you will be at the beginning of the scene, riding in your combat, and the doctor opens the door, and the glass becomes clear again. The windows go up, and he opens the door to a dark room with a man dressed very extravagantly, a woman who is pristine, and a sweating doctor. And before you, you see a man with a cap, baseball cap, and sunglasses, wearing a green vest. And Miles, you see this clear as day. There's a laser pistol right by his hip. And says, "Hey, Doc, got a few questions for you. Mind if we come in?" "We're not interrupting anything over there." And he kind of scans the room, sees Miles on his combat, and he sees May just kind of sitting there. "Are you doing anything, May? Just kind of sitting there with your hands on your lap?"
Yeah, but I can like send GMs with my mind, so I'm letting them know what's going on.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna send DMs, there's a text chat right here.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Like, also take
okay.
pictures. I mean, we have cameras and shit, right?
You do have cameras. Are you
Right.
are you able to palm this? Is a different thing. It's gonna
I can
require.
just like look at him and then send screenshots of
Yeah,
my
that's what I
sight.
would think. If you've already got the shit in your eyeballs.
I mean, well, wow. All right,
If it's
okay,
part of the
great.
compound, that would be definitely a thing Alex would have to.
To balance,
Yeah.
you'll have to take it with the actual compad, not your eyes.
Okay.
That's fair. All right.
No camera eyes.
That's definitely something we're gonna upgrade you with, though. Camera eyes.
Yes,
Hell
that is
yeah.
something in the future you can upgrade with.
You already
That's
get
like
the
a
focusing lens. We just need to add like
Oh,
the separate way of getting data from your retina, I guess.
Hey, do we have the payload actually?
Did you take it?
Yeah.
It
I'll pick
is.
it up.
Backpack.
You can stuff it in your backpack. It is stowed 3.
Yeah. The 3 lift.
You just call
Super
it
lift.
super lift.
Super
Yeah,
lift.
super lift.
Oh wait, I have my Barnaby Jones takes charge of that shit. He organizes my backpack while he's back there.
I love the chat so much. God, this is brilliant. And with that, did you just colonize? God damn it. Okay, so
Oh yeah, eyes emoji.
yep. And with that, the one man kind of he's not taking off his glasses, and the man behind him is darker skin, leathery skin. He has just a revolver around his hip, and he's pretty built. So you can tell behind the vest and the clothing, you can see tons of tattoos on his chest. They reach up his neck onto his face, and he has dreadlocks that kind of peer out at the back of his baseball cap, and he's kind of frowning and looking at Miles and May. And the doctor says, we're just enjoying some late night conversation. These patients of yours. He looks at the doctor.
We were just leaving, and I'll get up.
Well, colleagues, you could say.
Colleagues, oh, what you in town for?
Oh, just exchanging a few medical notes with the good doctor here.
Interesting.
I'm a combat medic on my home planet. So,
And,
we're very good at treating unorthodox ailments.
right. So, Doc, mind if we have a word here? Name's
Hey, look at the doctor. Is he how's he doing?
he's not doing too hot right now. Like, he's actually from where you're standing, he looks really dead fat. Like he's stiff. He's a great surgeon, not a good liar. He's sweating down his back, and you see some of his legs shaking. And the one darker skinned fellow is looking at the party, while the one with sunglasses is just looking at the doctor, and like a flat face. But you see like the corner of his mouth, just a little bit of a smile.
What floor are we on?
200.
Are we able to see where they are? I'm down.
Did you guys go up?
No, we're out by the truck, or at least that's what I told them we were doing. Where are
would
we
have.
actually, Silkis?
Unfortunately, you guys are on the first floor, and you wouldn't be able to see them because the actual room is above the clouds.
Okay, well, yeah. When I get that message, I'm gonna look over at Silkis, and we're gonna bust out running, right? Like, let's go.
All right, so the both of you go up, and you're gonna have to talk for about a few minutes.
Yeah. You know, now that I think about it, I have this one patient, doctor. If you could look over these real quick, I'd pull up the compad. Some medical notes I took during my stint on my home planet, fighting against the evil conglomerates that want to take over my goddamn trees.
Roll a talk, please.
Yes.
At a +1, because that's actually pretty clever.
Oh yeah, you can use the assistance thing for roleplay stuff too, huh?
I mean,
That makes
yeah,
sense.
or it's you get a +1 -1 depending if I think the idea merits a
Right.
+1 -1. That's an 8.
Based on your description. Sorry, I used roleplay as a generic term there, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And with that, you kind of try to buy some time, and the doctor kind of shakes out of it and says, and goes full doctor mode. Yes, we will take a look at your X-rays here. And he starts to use these very long and winded terms to make the conversation go along as possible. And eventually, the two men says, "Well, I see that you're talking about some private matters. We'll wait outside." And the two of them kind of wait outside. A few minutes passed.
Very kind of you.
A few minutes passed, and we take an image over to where Silkis and Mike are. You get the same description going up with the clouds, the purple and the blue, and they come out into a robot that says, "Hello, how can I help you today?"
It seems that some of our companions are talking with the good doctor right now and request our assistance.
And yes, are you referring to Dr. Hensworth? Yes, he does seem to have a bit of a crowd today. You will go that way. And he blinks a couple of times rhythmically, points his right arm to where he or to his left arm to where to his right arm to where the left side is. And says, "Second door on the left."
Thank you.
All right, as we're talking down there, I'm gonna type this out. Actually, I just want this important that this message is sent.
You can type it. Your characters are smart enough to type fast.
By the way, Alex, did you notice what Pico typed?
What did Pico type?
Miles Sinclair.
Yeah, and I'm gonna actually say that because I'm not gonna type it down.
Well, yeah, but I just don't want it to be audible.
Yeah. But I wanted to see what Mike wrote first before answering that question.
That's fine. I'm gonna put what he says in the DMs.
All right. So, with that, he types down very, very long story. Outpatient is a bit of a word, but before I continue, are any of you anti-Republic?
I don't know what my stance on the Republic is. I don't really know enough about it.
I think we're all pretty neutral.
Are you all neutral?
I don't think any of us have a reason, at least in our backstories, to care about that conflict at all.
So, for a bit of an info dump here. A bit of an info dump here. Currently, there is a rebellion between the Nova Commonwealth and the Republic.
Oh, hey, can you shoot us back to the map, Alex?
Yes.
That'll help visualize this.
And I'll bring you guys
right over here. Thank you.
All right. So we have orange space. Nova Commonwealth used to be a part of the Republic, but remember, Crucis Vega is on the very far edge of the Republic. The Republic has just finished a war with another race on the other side of the galaxy, but the Nova Commonwealth have decided to rebel and say this is our lands or our space now, and don't really like the Republic. And the Republic are kind of starving them out, whereas the Soros Sovereignty are a third faction of alien subspecies and species that are just don't want anything to do with it. So if you guys remember, you are at 206, which is at the fringe of Nova Commonwealth space, and you were at 306, which is neutral space. So 206 and 306 are neutral space currently. And the doctor had asked if there are anyone against the Republic.
I kind of shrug.
I don't know. I have no idea actually. I don't even know if I'm from the Republic of Nova Commonwealth, to be honest with you.
You would have been in Republic space as an eco-terrorist. Okay. So you actually, your character would be a little bit unsavory because the Republic forces would have killed a lot of your friends.
Oh, in that case, we'd both be definitely anti-Republic.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's
what about
fair.
Yeah, I have anti-Republic views.
I mean, I can speak for Mike and say that Mike's neutral if that ever comes up. Mike doesn't give a shit about any of these.
So when he asks if we're anti-Republic, I kind of nod.
And it says, all right, well, I myself don't particularly care. Are you familiar with Ursa? Not the ads, but actual Ursa.
Like the creature?
No.
And go ahead and roll a no check, please.
I will.
I can't aid, actually. I have no idea.
It's a 9. Mei-Ling, you have heard about them as much as a floral expert knows about Ursa. Actually, one second. Let me just pull up my notes because Ursa is actually a nickname for them.
Oh yeah, one of the many factions. That's right.
Yes.
Fractal factions.
Yes. I'm glad you remember.
Yeah, that was like my favorite part about this whole setup. Is like, I like this.
And you would know them as the United Republic Special Assault Corps. Their motto is ferocity and victory. They're quite literally the Navy SEALs of space. Very well trained, incredibly efficient, kill without remorse, but they are special forces for the Republic. And these specifically, Ursa would have been the Black Ops squad that dealt with your squad with your friends, Miles. These are the people who would have pulled the trigger. These are the people that would have infiltrated your cell and took them down from the inside out.
I would probably know them as well.
So I'm very anti these people.
But yes, they're soldiers. There is an honor amongst them. They're well known to be well trained. However, in the last about 10, 15 years, they're a bit of a joke. Because Ursas are war heroes. A lot of the old war heroes all come from Ursa. Like you would have grown up on stories during the Second Intergalactic War of Ursa soldiers just going crazy. Like they're Space Marines. They're quite literally 40k Space Marines. That's how prolific they are. But in the last 10 to 15 years, they've been kind of a joke because failure after failure, and also the third, fourth generation of them aren't as tough as the first ones, and the old guard are dying out, and that's why you see a lot of Ursa ads coming in, kind of making fun of them. Like there's a motto, like there's another saying like Ursas live forever, and that's why a lot, like you saw that skin cream ad, like, oh, age like an Ursa, live forever, kind of making fun of them in a way.
And I'm sure I would very much know exactly.
You would know Ursa 100%. You would have, like, in every single training camp you've been, someone would say something like Ursa motto, Ursa tactics, Ursa this, Ursa that.
And I probably might even have met some of them.
Yes, you would have met a few, and you would have definitely known a couple guest lecturers of Ursa, ex-Ursa or retired Ursa, giving lectures and teaching. In fact, your sniper instructor would have been from Ursa, one way or another.
All right, so yes, so we know about Ursa?
Yes.
All right, so I nod and say, you don't expect us to go up against them, do you?
No.
Okay.
Outpatient is one.
Oh.
Well, who are these guys?
Nova Commonwealth.
And what do they want from you?
They don't want me specifically, they want him.
Why are you hiding this guy?
He was injured. Hippocratic Oath. He's staying with Minis. That's where I'm asking you to go. I own the land around there. I bought it. Wanted to grow a farm once I retired.
Who is this guy to you?
A patient whose life I need to save.
Is that all?
Yes. And as he types that in, this is where both Silkis and Mike come up, and you see two unsavory folks kind of leaning against the wall, and then their heads turn, they look, and they meet you guys.
Actually, I'm gonna trail behind, like when we start to come up, and just Silkis is gonna be ahead. I'm gonna just like kind of give her a look, got my hand on my gun, nod, like, go on. I got your back.
I look really confused. Wait, you can't see that because I'm wearing a mask.
With that, Silkis, you walk forward, and you see. So Mike is behind, the kind of like hiding behind the corner.
Yeah, I'm like crouched down a little bit, like hand on my gun, looking behind me, make sure nobody's coming up.
And the two men that you had seen earlier has seen you guys. And one of them raises an eyebrow. The other one kind of looks and whispers something into the glassed man eyes, like the darker skinned fellow looks, whispers into the man with the glasses, and then you hear another knock on the door. Hey, Doc, looks like you got some more company. We can always talk another time.
Alex, is there like a fire alarm here?
You could access it, but that'll be a program check.
It's actually not necessary if they're leaving. That's the only thing was to get this guy out of the office. And so we can get out without causing a stir.
And the two men nod, and I says, "Well, I'll catch you later, Doc. We're gonna head out." And two of them walk past, walk up to Silkis, kind of look at you, and as they come around the corner, they see a semi-crouched Mike, and says, "We have no quarrel with you guys. Best you stay out of this," as one of them says, and they walk over to the elevator. The elevator closes, and it goes down. And the doctor, hearing that, just, oh god.
Wait,
he's breathing.
Yep. So he has this all been transcribed, or they've been typing all this, is my understanding, right?
Yes.
So we've been able to read this as we've been walking.
Yes.
I kind of give the doctor a look, and I kind of suck air through my teeth. So we kind of slash their tires.
What? Oh wait, no. That
You knew.
We
Yeah.
saw.
Never mind. Why? Well, why did you do that?
I looked to Silkis for an answer.
It was evident they were up to no good.
Well, that does buy some time. I can show you a back way. It's a elevator for doctors and support staff. That'll get you down there faster. If you move now, you can go.
Do you think they're gonna try to intercept us, or?
They're smart. They've seen you all. It's likely.
Is your life going to be in danger following this?
I'll be fine. I'll stay here.
I look over to Miles. Are we doing this?
Well, they've already accepted the 1,000 credits.
Yeah, we did.
Already signed
I'm gonna
on.
go
I mean, that's the
Just get
answer.
out.
Yeah, I mean, I still ask. That's the answer.
Yeah, we're doing this.
All right. Well, let's get going. Where's the stuff?
Oh, we already have it.
Tap the backpack.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
And
we're gonna run on over to that elevator then.
And you head over to the back elevator. He inputs his passcode and says, my niece is waiting there. Let her know that Hensworth has brought the tarts. She'll let you in. And he pushes in, and you go down at a very quick pace. It's kind of like really weird feeling. The G's kind of pushing against you. And you'll end down there in record time. It took about 5 minutes to get up there. It took you a minute to get down there. Feels really funky.
Oh, we definitely beat those guys too. Let's get the hell out of here. I just ran and just like jumped right through the window of the van or the truck.
Has the truck been unloaded yet?
The truck's been unloaded.
Yeah. You saw me doing that, helping the guys out at least, so you know.
Alright, I'm gonna get in, I guess.
Yeah, I'll get in the passenger seat.
Okay.
I'll be in the back again.
And with that, the party drives off, and you go through. And
Actually,
you
can we leave our trailer here right now? I really don't want to get it busted.
You could. You can.
Do we have the guy's contact number?
Yeah, you have the contact number. He would have exchanged it with you.
Can we like give him a call and just ask if we can leave the trailer here? I mean, I'm already unhooking it
Ask
and
to
doing
borrow his car.
Are you
He's a
talking about...
doctor. He probably has a nice car. We could borrow it.
That's a better idea. All right, is this the
Good
parking
idea.
level?
This is the parking level.
Ask him to borrow his car. Going to Miles. It's got to be
Oh,
faster than
yeah.
the van anyway, right?
It is much faster. I can tell you that.
Yeah, hey Doc, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna need a faster set of wheels than our van.
And
so,
you send him the text, and all of a sudden you get like a key code to your compads. Just take it. See what you need
Oh,
to
he
do.
didn't even hesitate. Hell yeah! All right, I'm fucking. What kind of car is this? I'm excited now.
It is
Rather,
definitely.
Mike is excited.
It is a sports car. Think futuristic Ferrari. Dude can spend some money. When...
Nice.
Right.
Is this like a two-seater or what?
It's 2 seats in the front. There's some space in the back.
It's like one of those half-ass, like not a
Yeah.
sedan, but yeah, it's got
yeah,
like. I mean, I'm guessing
It
that you
is
two are gonna have to squeeze back there
black
because I don't
leather.
think Silkis is gonna fit.
Yeah, no, Silkis can fit. Silkis can 100% fit.
it's like squishes
Yeah.
spiders are squishy.
I guess I don't have like an idea of how big you are. I guess you like normal
How
human
big is
size.
Silkis? You can describe.
So
I
humanoid.
actually haven't decided how large she is.
That's fine.
Like, I have a mental image of you being like a little bit bigger than a normal person because you've got extra stuff going on.
Yeah, I mean, I have
Or
the
like,
extra
do you have extra
arm.
limbs? Like, what's your
Yeah, I
full
have a lot of
alien shit
extra
going on?
limb. I've got
Can
a
we
bunch of extra limbs, so I would, that takes up a lot of space. So I probably would need to sit in the front.
Yeah, like nobody needs leg room like a spider. Are you fucking kidding me?
All right, it is a ground car that is decked out to fuck. It has 2 speed and 6 armor.
Hell yeah! All right, well let's load up, and however you guys are sitting. So is it how I was saying?
Yeah, just whatever.
We have to
get in the car.
squeeze the spider in the front seat.
Back, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
Have you guys ever sat in the back of one of these cars? It is a squeeze.
Kind of a squeeze, yeah.
It's not too bad. I flew down.
Oh,
all right, I rev up the engine. I rev up the engine real good.
And it is this satisfying, no muffler sounds. I mean, he's a doctor. He's got to indulge some way.
Nice. It pilots the skill for everything, right?
Yes, if it makes sense. Like for you, it would make sense for a truck, a car, and a ship. Not so much piloting a cow or a horse.
It's more like also just what I'm experienced with, I guess.
Yeah. Narratively, it would make the most sense. Is to avoid like 17 different skills. That's the same thing.
I'm gonna let's fucking test this whip out. I'm pulling out of the part of the spot and like shifting
Burn
way
rubber?
back in. Yeah, I'm fucking
Make a
up.
pilot
Let's
check.
do this.
Make a pilot check.
I'm gonna
With
put on my
Dex?
seatbelt.
Oh, you don't quite have time to do that.
Yeah, you are excited. No!
Oh, bitch! Fuck me up, Alex. Fuck me up,
I'm
Alex.
gonna
What do I
get
do?
soak everywhere, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's extremely good. Like no one is harmed, and it just what
Freaked us
happens,
out
Alex?
a
Yeah,
little
no,
bit.
like you all get in the car and there's a big grin on Mike's face as you slam the pedal, it's perfect, pristine inside, and before they can put on their seatbelts, you're already out and you're going. And because this is a private car, you don't have to go through security again. You just zoom out, and there's about
like the gates open right in front of us and just
Yep. As soon as you pulled out, the gates had already opened. And there's about 30 miles where you drive about 40 past the speed limit. And it feels amazing.
Mike, can you
It's
see
like
the
you're
package?
fucking. Sorry.
Mailing is gonna ask Mike, can I see the package, please?
Miles has it.
Mike,
Miles has
Miles. You both start with an M-I and end with an E.
I'd like to, but we're a little cramped in here right now.
And, like,
I
you
can't really
can-
get to it.
You can actually get to it. You take it out, but the thing is, you ask that, but like your backs, you're like smushed against the leather because of how
Straight up.
fast.
Yeah, like straight up. Also, like you would have to be sitting like Mayling's backpack is off and on the back, like covering up the back window, pretty much all of it at that point. And Miles's would have to be like stuffed in between the two of you, like down in the floor where your knees are. And like that's just enough room for like the two of you in your backpacks. That's it.
And all you hear is the monkey go. Woo, 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 woo. He's just at the top of his lungs, having the time of his life, going
Nice, this
fast.
translator.
He's not saying anything. He's just laughing like a monkey,
He's just having a good time. Yeah, it's like fucking running on the road.
and just zooming straight down. Zooming straight down on that one song. But anyways, so you zoom across the highway, and because of how fast you're moving, you what would normally take an hour or 2 hour drive is cut down to one. Because around this time it's about 7 o'clock and the rush hour has passed, and you're just going fast. And but the other added benefit is that this car is known to the police officers and the and everyone, and they think that Hansworth is driving, so they don't stop you.
Perfect.
Hansworth is driving a little wild today, but that's got to be him. It's his car.
No, from the look on their faces, it seems like it's a regular occurrence. Man, dude, you got a fast car, you got to drive it.
Fair enough. And I guess if you're gonna be this guy comes in before the sun's up and leaves after it's gone down. There's no one else on the road when he's driving.
Yep, pretty much. And Hansworth is well known to a lot of the people, and he's saved a lot of lives, especially those of the police force. He's a trauma surgeon. I mean, that's what he does. And he's in past, and what would normally take 2 hours takes an hour. So in the meanwhile, while Mike is complete pure bliss at the high of driving one of the fastest cars known to the Republic, what is everyone else doing?
I guess just Jane's question, thinking this is all of it, silly.
I'm so mad I can't even enjoy this.
I mean, Alex
Well,
did
you
say
see-
you can get at the pack if you needed to mess with it.
Yeah, you totally can mess with it. That was just narratively just him
Oh,
going
I get
zoom
that.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
uncomfortable, but you can do it. Like,
I mean, here's the lift, Mailing, if you want to see it.
Yeah, okay. I want to just kind of like hold it in my hands, turn it over, and just like analyze it, I guess, with some of my data things.
Yeah, sure.
but,
You can roll no if you want
Oh,
on
that's
it.
my meta slab, whatever.
Yeah, you have a meta slot that will get a +1 because you have access to the extranet.
No, +1.
Oh, I'll add 1 as well. You don't need it, never mind.
It's a 10. So even though the superlift is again based off of the flora, I don't have an advanced name for a flora. I apologize. Off a plant found on one of the continents again. What I've already told you, it is crushed, refined, pressed into juices that are then added to a whole bunch of different pharmaceuticals and stims to allow very, very fast recovery. To stabilize. Its main use is to help someone recover after trauma. So the reason why you had so many, they had so many, is that this is a hospital that has to deal with patients upwards of tens of thousands a day, and they have to get back to work the next day. This is used so that they get that extra little push to recover faster. This time is money, and as you can tell, much of the skyscrapers is just it's how life is here in New Helios. So,
Alright. Maylyn's just trying to like turn it over in her hands and think about how fragile demons are.
yeah, just they're really fragile. Like, oh man, they got them squishy bits and everything. But
Yeah, if you
She's
shoot
not
them, they
saying
die
anything
most of the
about
time.
it because she knows that's rude and humans don't like it. That makes them uncomfortable when you talk about how weak and they are and susceptible to injury and death. But she's thinking about it.
so, what about you, Silkis? Are you just kind of like losing your silk in the front seat right now because of how fast he's going?
Yeah, I'm kind of clinging to the seat. You know, I've got my arm, my appendages out, just kind of clinging to the side of the car and clinging to the seat. And there is a little bit of silk down there.
Hey, it's a smooth ride for what it's worth.
It
As
is
smooth as
but
you
it's
can get at like
fast.
fucking 150
Well,
kilometers an hour.
I've probably relaxed by now after
Yeah,
the
it's
first
smooth
initial-
until you get to the slums and then the roads.
Oh no. No. Actually, see, that's the thing, Alex. If you go really fast over rough roads, they feel smooth.
Really?
That is the thing. It
Yes.
fucks up your handling. Your handling is garbage because your tires aren't actually gripping most of the road. Because what you're doing is you're sailing over the things if you're going that fast. I used to
Well,
do
then you
no,
sail.
We used to do it with four-wheelers on like rows of like plant like farms.
Yeah.
Like even those big humps, you can just sail right over them if you're going fast enough.
You're going fast enough. You're
Oh,
like
it feels
going-
it feels badass. But as soon as you slow down,
Well, especially when you get to the outer skirts of the But you rolled a what on your pilot? 13.
Yeah,
the handling
boy.
on this baby is real good.
this is as good as
So-
it gets.
Yeah, it's good as it gets as you're sailing through, and I think it was 226. No, it's 55. I think let's see here. Once you get to the outskirts and past the shanty, it's just the smoothest ride, and it's a street road. Eventually, your map dings, and you see a house. It's about 9 o'clock right now. Not 9. It's 8:30, 8ish. As you kind of slow down, the high kind of leaves, and you kind of drive off to one of the side roads.
God, I wish I had a cigarette.
And you drive up to a small home that is all the lights are out. There's a van in the front, painted white. There's a fence nearby. A couple cows just grazing. You see a granary with a bunch of grain and a very tall tower at the top with a windmill kind of rotating in the gentle night wind of Jakun 3. The 3 moons have risen in the air. Or risen in the sky, sorry, not the air. Hello. Risen in the sky. Different colors. 1 blue, 1 gray, 1 silver. As the temperatures get relatively cooler than they are because Jakun is slightly further from the sun than what Earth is. So it's a very comfortable 5-6 degrees Celsius. You guys can figure that in Fahrenheit
Yeah,
yourself.
we're also out of the heat island of the city out
It's
here.
a
I
little bit
imagine.
chilly. Not
I'm
very
sorry.
chilly,
Did
but
you
a
say
little bit.
65 degrees Celsius? That is not chilly.
No, I said 5 degrees Celsius.
Oh, that is slightly chilly. Yeah, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
It's a
Right,
little
so-
brisk.
It's well, I mean, we're Canadian. It's different. So
Yeah,
it's
it's fucking
brisk.
cold here.
You know,
I mean,
since you're
I
out
would
of
call
the heat,
that perfect.
yeah. So you guys are very comfortable to this. You got a little shiver down the back of your spine there, Silkis, as the heat of the city was there, and now much of the light pollution is gone.
Wait,
and you're back.
shiver.
Down
Sorry,
her what?
that's not the sense. That's not the.
That's not the sense. It's just
okay.
the temperature.
Oh, I thought you were objecting to having a spine.
No. And with that, the party. How far do you park? Do you park right in front of the house? Do you kind of park down the road?
Oh no, we
There's
can
no-
go right up to the house. This is his place, man.
Well, yeah, I guess. And so, give me a
I mean,
second.
close enough in his place. It wouldn't be weird for his car to be here.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
All right.
I mean, I assume he's got a garage. Like
you.
you don't park something like this out in the open, so like we can just put it up. And no one can see it
All right, 1 second.
unless he
I'm
covers
still
it.
holding the lift, so I'll just like get out of the car.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still like just leaned up against wherever we do park, and I'm just like still leaned up against the car in the afterglow a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm trying to clean the silk off the sheet or the seats.
Deja vu, huh?
Well, you like it that much, huh?
Yuck.
1 second, guys.
Yuck.
So, go ahead, bring yourselves, and you walk up to the single floor, built of wood, nice and sturdy, and you knock. Who's at the front?
I am, I guess, because I'm carrying the thing, so I'm knocking.
Yeah, her and Miles.
And the door slightly opens, and you see a woman, long brown hair trailed down to her abdomen. She has she does have eyes, obviously. She has brown eyes, but it seems to have stoking.
That could be an important detail in this setting, guys.
A fire stoking in them as she narrows her eyes. Says, yes, can I help you?
Hernandez has brought the charts.
Okay, 1 second, guys. Let me just group you all up because I'm about to switch you all over.
That's the right name, right? Hernandez? It started with an H.
Hensworth is
Hensworth.
his actual name.
Hensworth.
Yeah,
Damn
you
it.
would have said Hensworth.
Yeah.
You're
not
mixing
gonna
up with
punish
my
you.
name.
Yeah,
Mailing would remember the name.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mailing would definitely remember the
Yeah,
name.
isn't your name Sernadez, though?
Yeah, I'm Sernadez. Please.
Yeah. Which is fucking great.
And bring you guys over here. And I'm gonna stop the city music because you're no longer in the concrete jungle. I'm gonna play. Which one should I play? Play this one.
Deja vu.
Perfect.
All right. Can you guys move the characters and all that stuff?
Yeah, we're good.
Right. So there's the white van. There's the sports car. It's kind of looks like it. It's just the only thing I can bring up in short time.
Yeah, no,
'cause I didn't
it
think
does the job.
So you're in town, and she, a look of calm washes over her face. Oh, okay. And then sees that Mei Ling is carrying the super lift, and she opens the door and lets you in. And she was leaning against the door. In her left hand, she's holding a mag pistol, and she kind of puts it back in her pocket or in her holster, and lets you guys inside.
Expecting company.
It's been tense. He's in the main bedroom over here. And with that, as you come in, you see a young girl just watching television.
How old is this girl?
That lady? And you notice that when you see her in the more clear lights, the several moonlights kind of washing over her, you see that she's pregnant and she's about 27.
Okay. So I'm
Oh,
just gonna-
she's the guy's wife, isn't she?
Yeah, like that's
No,
that's.
no, not Hensworth. No, this is his.
No, this is niece. She's talking about the Ursa guy. Yeah, no, it's the Ursa guys. Yeah.
Alright, so with that, you walk in, and there's a daughter just watching television. Hello.
Does
Would you
Mei Ling
like
just
to
like
get?
walk past everyone?
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk past and kind of like give her a quick nod.
And
Go to the bedroom.
Just give her a smile exactly like that one in your profile picture.
Yeah, exactly.
would anyone like some cookies?
No thanks.
Do you have a tarp we can put over the car?
Oh, and she says, "Yeah, I'll get on that." She goes off to the garage, where the garage is. And
Alright, I'm walking. What is it? Okay, this guy. I'm walking in this guy.
all right, let's resolve that. So first, Silkis, the little girl has introduced herself as Katya, and the lady has introduced herself as Yara. And 1 second, let me just get my notes up again.
Now hold on, somebody said something about cookies.
Yes, would you like some? I have some milk and cookies. The reruns of Friends is on right now. I think this is what? Very, very old? Seems so strange and weird. Do you like sit down and just enjoy some cookies and milk with her?
Yeah, I 100% sit down and have some damn cookies. This is the perfect way to end my night.
You had a really good night so far.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a good job.
And the two of you go straight to the master bedroom, and there's a man right now.
I shut the door.
Oh yeah, you definitely shut the door.
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna shut this side door and just kind of.
Well, the doors are shut. Like they're shut. There's boards on the windows, and the first thing you notice about this man is he's clad in Under Armour, and there's a large, bleeding cavity on his lower abdomen, just bleeding out. It's been wrapped several times as best that it could. And to the left over here, you see shattered and broken power armor.
All right, I'm gonna start applying the
Yeah, you can apply.
the lift.
Is this guy conscious?
He is unconscious right now.
Mayling, hold on.
Yes.
I'm thinking long and hard about this. If this guy's Ursa, I don't know.
Shrug. It's our job. If we accepted it, we gotta fill it out.
Well, tell you what. Hold the lift. I kind of posture over the guy and put my hand on the wound.
Yep.
And I just let my fucking... What's it called? Let's see.
Psychic Sucker.
Yeah, Sucker. Yeah.
And you also heal an additional 1d6.
Psychic Sucker. Ooh, that's a wordy.
Yeah, no, I know what it does.
Oh, look at that.
Damn. How do you describe this? Describe this for me.
So basically, I just put my hand over the actual wound, stick it in just a little bit, a little disgusting,
Yeah.
and probably a little bit painful as this guy is slowly coming to consciousness. As this stabilizes and restores, if it restores health, it restores above 0, he is now awake. But it basically it's almost like sewing the tissue and organs back together. Until there's probably visible scars, but the skin, the epidermis and dermis kind of just mold back together. Whatever organs are in and repair, as long as he's got the system shock or the system
He does.
stuff to take it. Yeah.
And you enter the room there, Silkis, and the things that you notice.
Do I know the guy? Like, have I met him before?
You have not met him before, but you do notice the shattered power armor to the left over there, and next to it is 2 very high-tech laser rifles and a carbine that is placed there too, all emptied, all unloaded, and a few grenades as well. Just placed neatly on a table over there, and the man, his eyes flicker open, glazed over. He panics for a second. His left hand reaches to his left, but there's nothing there. He clasps onto the sheets and wakes up.
Tell me, what was the last thing you remember?
He looks around, sees some unfamiliar faces, and the first thing that comes out of his mouth is 1 second. Lieutenant Rembert Buchner, 3rd Brigade, Ursa, 7571.
bring her
I'm not
in.
interrogating you.
Silkis, would you go get the woman, please?
I beckon for her to come in.
She comes in, and the man softens. Friends? I think so. And he's kind of like stiffening up a little bit, and then he relaxes, knowing he's not going to be tortured anymore. But he says, "Sorry, once again, Lieutenant Rembert. Last thing I remember, got separated from my detachment doing a routine patrol. Got shot down, landed somewhere here. Lucky enough that a doctor was nearby."
Routine. In this space is neutral territory.
It is indeed neutral territory, but it still falls upon the Republic to make sure there's less vagrants in the area. We had let them know. They had
Seems
okayed.
like Troll seems like an awfully low duty for an Ursa.
Yeah, what's Ursa here doing taking care of vagrants? Vagrants?
They're taking care of the Commonwealth that I'm sure they suspect are around.
Is this an interrogation or not?
I'm asking because the Commonwealth have been looking for an Ursa.
Damn it, they got on the trail. Says Yara, and he says, "Well, what of my uncle? Is he safe?"
Your uncle's fine.
We had some
Last we
unsavory
saw, he
events
was
when we were
alive.
visiting him, but they left when we did.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to point out that I have the mask on so it doesn't move with the talking.
Yes. And Rembert, by the way, is a very, very built man. You notice that after you cured the ruins, a lot of the lights around his uniform, not uniform, but like his under armor tend to glow, pulsing like a heartbeat around the lights going around in uniform fashion as he kind of sits up and he says, "I do appreciate you all saving my life, especially you, Yara. You had nothing to do with this." And Yara says, "Well, if it were my choice, I would have let you die in that crash, no offense. But my uncle, cut from a different cloth." And he says, "Well, thank your uncle for me. As for the rest of you, I heard there's an unsavory lot."
Yes, they were harassing the poor doctor who wished to save you.
Well, I assume this is a job. Yes?
He hired us to bring you this, and I set the lift down on the bedside table. We're
And
done here.
Yara kind of raises her eyebrow. "But if he didn't need the lift, how is he?"
Dr. Sinclair.
"Ah." And she said, "Well." And Rembert speaks again. "It looks like I'm twice lucky in this week. Look,
Quite.
I don't know who you are. You don't know who I am. You have nothing to do with this. You can all leave. Leave me here. Consider this job done. I assume you're paid?"
Well, half.
"Well, get your other fair pay. I understand you work for that, and I respect that. Did some of that too before joining the Ursa, so I know how it is. But
So are you still with them, the Ursa?
as of right now, I am still part of Ursa."
I'm gonna give Miles a look.
Oh wow, why did the music get all sinister?
Yeah, seriously, I didn't time that. It just happened.
Miles, we did our job. Let's just leave.
He may be better off coming with us.
Why do you have some interest in this Ursa?
Well, if the price is right, he can stow away on our ship and escape capture by the, Syndicate.
Sure. Hey, Rook. Your spider sense is tingling. There's a very gnawing feeling at the back of your mind as the sudden feeling of heat, fire, and shrapnel and haziness wraps in your mind.
I get my gun out and I immediately alert the others that there's an ambush in play. We have company.
And with that, before you move, Mike, you're on the table.
Stand up.
I get my gun out and I'm ready to fire.
And
Someone gets the gun out, I get the gun out.
No. You get before that, as you take the gun out, an image of explosions happen in the back of your mind there.
I say we need to get out of here now.
Terminal reflection happens about 10 seconds before the actual thing. About a few seconds before the actual thing.
We need to get out of this house.
And
do I have any idea of where it's going to come from?
No. All you see in your image right there is an explosion.
Okay.
I shot down the hallway. Sernadez, evacuate.
I actually push the girl onto the floor and kind of cover her, preparing for the explosion, because 10 seconds is enough to do like a dive.
Yeah, a few seconds is enough to do a dive. What about everyone else?
I'm gonna get down.
You actually get straight up tackled by this guy and pushed to the ground as he covers your body.
I'm gonna grab Katia and run to the kitchen.
Hey, is this a window? Is this a window right here?
That is a window, yeah, but it's boarded up right now.
But I can kind of see it. Can I peek?
Yes, but it doesn't come from that direction.
Hey.
And
That's fine. I'm gonna teleport.
Oh, you're gonna teleport. Go ahead. And what was it that you're doing there, Mike?
I'm gonna run in here. I'm gonna grab Katia and run in here. Like if
you
they
grab
call down the
Katia,
hall, like evacuate, like whoa.
You grab the hand, and all of a sudden you just hear, and over here, a massive explosion as a rocket-propelled grenade hits that, and it's just everything shattering. And this whole, like, the shockwave initially, it pushes everyone back, and you teleport out there. Did you spend effort? You have to spend effort, right?
Yeah, I have to spend effort.
You spent effort, yeah. And Silkis, do you spend effort to keep it active, or do you let it go?
I'm gonna let it go.
You let it go. Okay. So you let it go as the flash, and you feel like a numbing at your sense as it goes completely numb. And let's see. All right. So because you're warned very early on, you're actually able to succeed all of your evasion throws. No problem. Just whoosh, like this big explosion happens at the corner of the house, and silence. As you are over here, you grab Katya's arm and you bring it to the kitchen and you like cover her body. As just the initial explosion and shockwave, you feel some like glass shattering on top of you, but you cover Katya's body, and she starts crying and she's like, "What's going on?" And you cover Yara's body, and the sergeant, or not the sergeant, the lieutenant covers what's it called? Mayling's body.
Alright, he would figure out that I'm an android.
Yeah, he would.
At this point, yeah.
And
I immediately get my gun and run outside to right here.
Right outside over there, and all the way to the southeast, around here. They're not on the map, just they're not really on the map, but you can see them in the southeast. Sorry, that's really funky. Move the bags back over here.
Okay, thank you.
You see about 3 cars just shooting guns in the air, and a rocket launcher just over there, and they're kind of like circling and trailing around and shooting.
Can I shoot the tires on one?
Do you have a readied
Yes.
Yeah, they're about 800 meters away. You're gonna have minus, what is it, -2 to the shot, and then another -2 because you're trying to shoot a tire. It's a very hard shot.
Okay. Do I roll my shoot skill?
You roll your shoot skill. Yep.
That's a -4 for the assistance. Is basically how that works.
That is a -4, correct. And AC will probably be about.
Wait, if it's an attack roll, it's a D20. It's not a skill roll. That's important.
No, it's an attack roll. So this is how we're gonna. Yeah, we're still in the system here.
Oh, yeah.
So go ahead.
Not at all.
Oh, I should roll my weapon, shouldn't I?
Yes.
Yep.
You roll your DMR. You're shooting a tire. That's a -2. You're shooting at ineffective range. It's still in range. That's another -2. So just roll. Click the thing. That is an AC. It has an AC of 12 or 13. Sorry.
Oh,
so
wow.
the bullet, which very close though, whizzes past as you fire back, and all you hear is just laughter and cackling in the distance as these 3 cars just kind of ride off into the night.
That's it? They just leave?
They leave for now.
Please get off me.
Apologies, and he kind of gets off you. Instinct. And he gets off.
Yeah, that's when I kind of brush myself off and I go to look out the window. Or peek outside the door. What?
And you see it.
What was that? What was that all about?
It seems we have visitors.
Alright, I'm just gonna, like, try to comfort Katia and calm them down.
You notice, like, some blood kind of trailing down her ears, because,
Okay.
shockwave.
But we're in the kitchen, there's gotta be band-aids around here somewhere, right?
Yeah, there's some cloth and band-aids. She's kind of freaking out right now.
I go back to the soldier and I tell him, "Are you safe to be transported?"
Yes, I have a lot of gear, though. Gear's not going to get through the port.
Can you just leave it?
I could, well... He kind of, there's a look on his face. That's going to be a lot more complicated.
Listen, we can stick around. Make your decision now. Yara, do you have a car we can borrow that's gonna fit more than the 4 of us?
Hey, Alex, I'm gonna,
Do you think there's a way we can disguise it?
once I'm done, like, band-aiding her and, like, once she's a little bit calm, I'm gonna actually bring her back. How bad is this part of the house, actually? Can we get through
Oh,
it?
it's just
or is
trashed. I mean, you can get through it, like...
Okay.
Just walk through it, I'm pretty sure. Like,
We're gonna come over here.
I'm gonna pick up the lift, because I'm kind of stowing my backpack.
okay, while you're doing that, I'm gonna go over here.
Also, hey
You can go
Alex,
over
let me know whenever I notice that power armor that I know you mentioned earlier.
No, yeah,
Just let me know when Mike
you
mentions
you
it.
notice, like, a completely trashed power armor.
Oh, like how is it like totaled, like completely worthless?
It's totaled, and I'll allow you to do a fix check, but the DC is going to be 11 or higher.
I mean, this is just me even just eyeballing it to see even if I could, right?
You could try, but it's difficult.
I mean, I would like to say that over the course of this, like, if we're gonna stay here, then yeah, I would like to try to fix that up. Like, I could maybe get that back working, maybe at least partially.
Maybe, but with that, the lieutenant speaks up. I don't think I can run from this one. They're gonna keep chasing me, even if I follow after you, and then they're gonna chase after you, and it's gonna... Honestly, it's too complicated. My recommendation is these guys leave. I deal with them.
Fine.
What about the rest of the party? True.
I'm planting a tree right now. Hold on.
You plant the tree.
Very good. Number 607.
You know the cattles and the one of the cows is just kind of like freaked out right now.
Why the fuck did they leave though? Like, why did they just fire off a rocket launcher and then not finish the job?
They're trying to scare us.
Into what? They have rocket launchers. Why don't they just fucking blow this guy up if they're so fucking scared of him?
It's a good question.
Or no, they want the power armor. Duh, I'm stupid.
And as you can tell, much more complicated than that.
Well, maybe they want something that you know, huh? Don't answer that question. It's not my business.
Nor do we care. Let's get our other 1,000 and leave.
I mean, I can take a look at that power armor if you want me to.
Mama, what about us? It's like, oh gosh, it's okay. We can hide out of that.
Yeah, I don't think you guys can stay here.
They're missing rooms. I would say so.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go take a look at that, Alex.
It's over here, and go ahead and roll a fix at 11 to pass. And even then, you might not be able to fully recover it.
Oh, I don't expect to, but I mean, Mike just really wants to tool around with this thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's really cool. Okay, so that's just fix. What stat?
Fix at either Dex or Int.
Dex, okay.
Yeah, Dex would work.
I think my highest is Dex.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nope, not at all. As you try to start to fill around and you start to sew it up a little bit, and the lieutenant says, "Sorry, you're not going to be able to fix that. You need the right tools. You don't have the ones." I do appreciate the effort, though.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's no diesel engine.
And
I'll say that.
Lieutenant, sorry, Canadian, actually walks up over to Silkis. Says, "Fast reactions there. I didn't even notice it myself, and I'm trained for this."
I have a certain knack for that stuff.
Show me that form again, if you don't mind. He's asking for a shooting form.
I actually do show him, kind of making it known with my extra appendages.
Yeah, and
I'm an ex-soldier myself. I give out my my rank.
Was your instructor Captain Lindholm by any chance?
I'm gonna
It
assume
was.
that's a
Yeah, it was.
yes.
Small universe, small universe. Well,
That's unfortunately.
kind of looks back. It seems that the most of you have decided that you're gonna leave.
Sernadez, what have you gotten yourself into here?
Oh, I just, yeah, well, you know, I wanted to take a look at this power armor. I mean, I've heard about the Urson power armor. This is fancy stuff.
Very, very fancy. In fact, it's not, at first glance, it looks like power armor, but I'm gonna tell you right now, as you're looking at it, you've heard of this. You've only heard names of it, but it's not just power armor. It's, one second, taking a look here. It is storm armor.
What is
It's like
that
you're
mean?
right. Some power armor. It's part of the power armor.
I see.
Storm armor is a more advanced form of assault suit, one that can be fabricated only by the worlds that have retained some degree of mandate-grade technological infrastructure.
Oh, I see.
It's busted.
It's like
very
pre-tech
strong.
stuff?
This is no, well, it's post-tech with pre-tech modifications.
Oh.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I look to the soldier and say, "You're going to be leaving too, right?"
I have a job to do, unfortunately. Gotta stand my ground.
Hopefully not here at this location, though.
In my mind, yes. That'll buy you all time to leave. Plus, if I kill them, then
I just
Did
don't
I-
want to see the other people here harmed.
you're right. I'll send them on their way. They have a van up front.
I actually take a peek over at the sports car to see if it's been damaged.
There's some shrapnel and explosions. Like its windows are shattered, but it's fine.
Well, we had the tarp over it, remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. But tarps don't really do much.
Sort
to
of
it.
Well, it might
Is the
help
front
against
window
some of
intact
the
at
damage.
least? Well, I mean, this is a fancy car. I mean, this got shatterproof glass, right?
You know what? Fine. I'll allow it. The van's trashed, but the car's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's also a pretty good distance away, so yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like, the van's probably got, like, the front windshield bashed out or something.
Yep.
You can probably still drive it, but
Yep.
we'll have to clear that out. I actually probably should do that before these ladies get in there. Also to make sure, like, there's not a bunch of glass in the seats. So I'm actually gonna go and, like, take my multi-tool and, like... I'm just gonna say, like, you know, since it's, like, probably futuristic glass anyway, it's got, like... You know, like, windshields, when they break, they kind of, like, still stick
Yep.
together.
Yeah.
So I kind
Yeah,
of,
real
like,
glass, yeah.
yeah, I kind of get it in there and, like, fold it out and, like, get it out with my multi-tool and stuff.
Going back over to a render.
Alex, real quick, can I actually spend an effort to activate my spider sense again?
This time I'll allow it, but next time it has to be in the scene, okay? So you spend an effort and you have it back.
Okay, so I can't use an effort point to turn it on. Once it's turned off for good.
Correct, yes, for 24 hours.
Okay, thank you.
So do you want to spend an effort retroactively?
Yeah, I'll spend an effort
okay.
retroactively.
So if you don't use it at the moment, it goes numb for 24 hours. You can't turn it on again.
So I put a 1 in the committed
Spent.
effort day.
Yes, correct.
Oh, and the scene's over. Is the scene over?
The scene is over, yeah.
Okay.
So what was the decision you came to? What was the leave?
Oh,
They
yeah,
haven't
I
come
want to
to
leave. I want to leave.
Yeah, Maylene also wants to
I
leave.
mean, Mike hasn't said anything, but he doesn't really feel super great about just, like, leaving these people in this situation, but, I mean... Unless, like, this lieutenant's offering to, like, pay for whatever, but, I mean, he seems pretty content to just go off on his own, so...
I mean, you can ask. By all means, this
Mike's
is
not gonna ask.
Talk. Oh, that's true. But out of character, that's an option.
Yeah, Mike's not gonna ask, because
Well-
Mike doesn't fucking do that.
We'll stay and help for a price.
Yeah, that's definitely something Silkis would offer. Absolutely.
Extra arms? You sure about this?
Extra
yeah,
arms. Can I show my arms?
Miles is physically cringing.
Yeah, Maylene doesn't look thrilled about this either.
I'm gonna say I finished up clearing out the windshield and
Yep.
just kind of wiping off, taking off my work gloves. Alright, well the windshield's fine. You guys can drive the van, but you're probably gonna want sunglasses. Or goggles or something.
And he looks and says, Yara looks, so we're good to go?
Yeah, you guys got somewhere safe to go? Like,
It's back to the city and they're on the road. We're gonna have to wait a little bit before I go back. We can take an out road, but I'm not sure. And Lieutenant speaks up and says, honestly, some of you might have heard, but Ursa likes to do things a little bit more on the nose, up front, assault tactics.
Quite.
And he takes note of your word. Yes, quite. Fact is, they have a network. We're able to cut to bash through this one cell. Should give us enough time to do what we need to do. Tell you what. Personally, I don't have much credits on me right now. I don't usually travel with credits, just how it is with Ursa. But I can't leave the power armor, but I can leave the weaponry. All yours.
What is the weaponry? I look over it.
Oh, I'm glad you asked.
What's the doctor's name again?
Pardon? Pardon?
What's the doctor's name again?
Dr. Rupert Hensworth. You see, in the pile is a void carbine, a laser rifle decked out, and a carbine decked out.
Look at that laser rifle.
Pardon?
You said laser rifle decked out. Let me
Yep.
take a look at this.
Has a military grade sights and a foregrip.
Which do what?
+2 to attack bonus.
In addition to being a laser weapon?
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna just stow this.
If you decide to help, he's like, no. You can't take that just yet.
So who are these people that you're after?
Well, they're more after me. Once I landed, they've been on my tail ever since. So now I'm Ursa, I have a lot of information. And despite my power armor being trashed, or storm armor being trashed, I can still use it.
Yes, but I'm more curious who we're going to be killing.
Thugs. Gang members.
Commonwealth.
I mean...
Oh, I'm putting it out there.
Damn, the music just was right on point at that. Jesus.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, I mean, I really doubt it's actual Commonwealth people, right? I mean, they don't generally send people out here. They probably just hired a gang, right?
Where there's the Republic, there's the Commonwealth, especially in neutral territory.
Normally it's true, but it looks like they know who I am, especially from the ship that they found in the wreckage. They probably want to sell me to the Commonwealth.
Who can blame them?
I cannot. I know how war is.
Did we actually get confirmation that they were from the Commonwealth, or did we hear anything else? It was like a doctor, wasn't it?
No, you had not done anything into that.
Yeah, that's what you just assumed. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. I mean, if I mean, I don't fucking know, but I'll tell you what, Mike. I don't feel good about letting these two just go off on their own. Maybe. and turn over to the lieutenant here. You can help us out with that. You were gonna split out of this place anyway, right?
After I was done with this cell, I was gonna get out.
No, I mean,
I'm
out of
out.
this, like, hold on, buddy, you're getting ahead of me. I'm gonna pull out my compad and pull up, like, a map of this area.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask, I'm sorry, what was, I know, remember Kadia's name.
Yara.
Yara, sorry, I'm gonna ask Yara, like, where exactly are we going here? Where's your aunt's house?
Yeah,
What
one of the
did you say?
shanty towns on the southern side of the city. You're out in the north. It'll take about 2 to 3 hours drive to get there.
Okay, so it's like cutting through the city.
It's cutting through the city.
Alright, how about this? We're gonna take this out road here. We're gonna get these two somewhere safe. You take your guns. And, I'm not really good with maps here, but just, go down through here. We'll get them to split up here. And we'll meet back up with you as soon as they're good.
Kind of looks and kind of rubs his chin. I see, so you want to get them somewhere safe first.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not asking you to fight him just yet, right? Just lead him on a chase. It's gonna take us a while to get the van up there, but we can get everybody else. Like, we can get back to you quick, no problem.
You can use the good doctor's card. Mike's already tested its speed and handling.
Actually, that's an even
fan,
better idea.
You hear Maylin kind of chuckle in the background.
Yeah, how good are you on a set of wheels?
Okay. With that, you hear a loud voice over a mega speaker in the distance. Hello, is this thing on? Oh, fuck it, I'm just gonna say it anyways. And so you recognize it as the voice of the man you had met earlier, up in the fucking hospital. Jesus.
Yeah.
And in the distance, at about 1,000 meters in the distance, there's a bit of a hill, and you see a couple men there. Their cars are on, with the lights kind of shining out. And there's a man speaking through. He has no idea if he can speak back to them, but he's gonna say it anyways. He says, "All right, I'll make this simple. There's a few of you guys there have nothing to do with this. We don't want any extra unnecessary bloodshed on our hands. That being said, there's one man we want in there, one man only. The rest of you, scram, skedaddle. Won't stop you, won't do anything. We have nothing against the good doctor and his family. In fact, it's pretty cool. You guys leave, you guys do your thing. We only want him. I promise you, nothing bad will happen if you leave. But in sunrise, and it's like several hours from now, if y'all still there, I'm assuming you're helping him out. And yeah, you're getting in between us and our money. Don't want that. That'll be all. Have a good night.
I mean, I don't fucking trust him. But I guess that kind of leads into the plan anyway.
Alex,
Yes.
while the boys are talking, Maylin is she texted Dr. Hensworth to let him know that exactly what I said in the DM.
All right. And a few more minutes passed after the very annoying racket in your ears, or your audio receptors. A ding happens, and another 1,000 credits are sent to the sword.
Great. Now I'm going to tell him about how the house is blown up.
Oh!
Good job. Very good job.
So yeah,
And
type
you
out
tell
what
him-
you send him actually.
and
'cause that'd be
he
better.
replies back
We
in.
didn't
No,
use
hang
the
on. Let me
lift.
type it up.
Yeah, we'll
We didn't use
continue
the
while
lift
we
either.
do that.
Right, so what about the rest of you guys?
God damn it. Alright, that's even better. Listen, we'll take the van, get these two to safety, and, like, we'll meet up, and then we run your ass to the port. I mean, these thugs aren't gonna chase us into like, the major part of the city, right? Like, once we get to the spaceport, right, there's fucking enforcement and shit.
Yeah, there
of some
is.
sort? Like, once we get there, we're in the clear, right? If
Yes.
I'm asking Alex because, like, if we're like driving in followed by a bunch of gangs shooting at us, they're gonna like just help us, right? Is that a thing that would happen?
They might not help at all because star points
They
are.
close it out, dude.
Or they would just like kick us out.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're like,
So
oh no, we're not fucking dealing with that shit.
Okay, that's fair. I needed to know what my expectations should be for that. So that's not gonna work.
You would know that's not a good idea.
That's not a good idea.
An ambush point might be a good idea. If you could lead them through a point where I could get a beat on them, that could work.
I could set up a sniper nest.
You got a message back and says, normally I'd call the cops, but Ursa, this is very complicated. Political backlash. Unfortunately, if we do this through regular channels, you're not going to be leaving this place for a very long time.
That wasn't ever an option anyway. So basically, the deal I want to lay out with this guy, or that I think we should, is like we're gonna give him the doctor's car.
Okay.
So that he can, stay safe. Maybe lose him if he can, and that's great. And also give him like contact details. Does he have a compad, or can we?
He has a
get
compad.
him? Okay, he has a compad. Good. I don't know what got him, what he does and doesn't have, what isn't broken.
No, he has a compad. It's fine. You're in a secure channel. He actually routes through the comm server on the Soaring Swallow. So how it is that normally what happens is that compads have a limited range, but you guys have a comm server, meaning that all communication routes securely through the Soaring Swallow and then to your compad. So it's like a little mini satellite, and it has a 300-kilometer range. You are in range.
So just as long as you're within that range of the Swallow, you can speak to anyone else in that range. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm giving him contact details, and basically, once we're good, we're gonna call him up, we're gonna arrange a meeting place, and sneak him out of here. Like,
Sure.
that's the plan.
If you want.
I'm fine with that.
Sounds like the best idea. It's a win-win anyway.
I'm guessing we should take some of those weapons ahead of time, though. I mean, first of all, he can't use them while he's driving, or at least all of them, while he's driving the car, and
So,
we might run into trouble.
yeah, Silkis wants to set up a sniper's nest. There's a possible way you can set up. Maybe.
Yes, I would prefer. Well, here?
It doesn't have to be here
Wherever
specifically.
the ambush.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We were gonna set up a point just in case.
Yeah, I mean, hell, we could even meet up back here, since this is a place that we both know, and I mean, if you feel like this is a defensible place, that's fine. You're the soldier. I don't know that
Well,
shit.
there's a few points of contention. I have a few grenades, and well, maybe a mine or two. They think they have the place surrounded. I think it's a better idea to hold out here. Best here than anywhere else. We know this area. Here's some points of vantage. We can set up a trap.
Well, someone's got to get the civilians out of here.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the plan.
Yeah,
where
they're
we
not
all
gonna let
run.
us back in.
They're not gonna let us back in, but the plan is
Very
like
true.
right after we leave, he like fucking busts out in the car and like zooms off. That was my plan.
Yeah, it's true, but remember, this is the future. Cars can drive themselves. Cars can
I
drive themselves.
think I would prefer to just have the 2 civilians leave and we can set up a sniper.
Yeah, I
set
like-
up an ambush here.
I like Mike's plan.
We are at a
So-
bit of an impasse here. So like basically, are we leaving to make sure they get out of here safe, and leaving this location and meeting up somewhere separate, or are we staying here and fighting off these guys? I really don't think that's a good idea.
No, I
they
don't
kinda
think
got us
that. I think that's a
surrounded.
very bad idea.
Even if they
Yeah,
don't have
Rock
us
will
surrounded,
want
they have heavy weaponry and RPGs. Yeah.
I think this Ursa has a death wish, and I don't want to be part of it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we already agreed to help him out. We're giving him the doctor's car, and we're gonna get him off this planet with us.
Might help him, but I'm not dying for him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not trying to fight all these. I don't know, fucking. Yeah. We take everything that you want to take. I mean, you gotta leave the suit, right? I mean, is he detonated or whatever the fuck you gotta do? I don't care. Like,
Oh, well, I can try. I can do that.
Okay. How about we just stay with the family until they get to the city?
Yeah.
Yes, we're taking them with us, aren't we?
And
Nope.
then
There's
we
only
can
2
come back.
vehicles, guys. We would
Yes.
have to take the van with them and then take their van, if that's
Yeah.
not clear.
Or they
Yes.
could just take the doctor's car.
No, he's taking the
No,
doctor's car.
he's got to take the doctor's car.
He's got to use it to actually, not get caught
Yeah.
if he wants to get out of here.
That can't change. I mean, somebody can go with him if they want to help him out. That would be interesting.
Possibly.
Or we could just all go with these guys if we think that there's going to be trouble. And I'm just not certain that there isn't.
I like the reserve plan that we don't have to get involved. This guy gets himself killed on the way there.
There's
Actually,
also the idea of just us leaving with the soldier and the 2 civilians stay here. They would probably chase
We'd
us.
have to drive past them. They're
No,
not-
they would
No,
also
I don't
still
want-
be coming in here to get, like, the shit that he had.
Yeah.
And there's definitely going to be stuff here to take. They're going to be... That's not... I don't...
We
Again,
can't leave them here.
I don't fucking trust a bunch of gang members to, like, be good on their word.
What do you think the soldier would want to do, Alex?
No, I mean,
You can ask him.
yeah, you can ask him. So you ask him what his views are, and says, "I like the idea of a run around." Well, I almost said reach around. Jesus Christ.
Ooh, boy,
We're
it's
children.
spicy.
I mean, of course he's
Yeah,
going to
so-
want to stand up and fight. That's his thing.
And it's what I was trying to do. I like the run around, but at the end of the day, we're gonna have to fight them sooner or later, and I prefer sooner.
I prefer fighting them on better ground. And honestly, we ain't got a whole lot of time to, like, argue over this, so, like here, I just toss him the...
Toss the
we
keys, let's
didn't
go.
we didn't get keys.
All right. So
I send him the access code to the car.
All right, you 2 to the van.
And Yara and Katya, Yara says, "Well, there should be one place that I know of that's easier to set up an ambush. There's a swamp nearby, bunch of trees, bunch of forestry, some high ground too.
That actually should
You hear,
work
mark it
very
on our
well.
map.
You mark it on the map. And
Let's...
with
yeah,
that, we're gonna take a 10-minute break.
sounds good to me.
Okie doke.
Okay.
That's gonna change the plan.
You guys having fun so far? I'm trying to set.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is good.
I like mainling.
How
I'm
much are
also
we
like
throwing you for a
melee.
loop here, Alex?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm not gonna tell you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I mean, that's good. That's fine.
Never reveal.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Never feel how much you pull out of your butt. I never do.
That means the answer's a 10.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, that's fine. I certainly
You
can't tell. If we'd gone completely off tracks, I certainly can't tell.
It starts without numbers. This is you guys aren't
And that's-
heroes. It's just the system. It's what it is.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yep.
It's more like this is like, I feel ya. This is kind of like how I run the Dark Heresy games, where I set up a bunch of people and a bunch of, like, ideas and then throw the players into it.
That's kind of just what you have to do. Like,
And it's the best way to run this kind of stuff.
In which case, 10-minute break. See you guys in a minute.
Wow.
Oh.
So we join our crew again. Kind of huddled around a map and planning and setting the stage for what appears to be an ambush. The lieutenant says,
You can
Well,
just say
we can
lieutenant,
give-
it's okay. We'll know what you mean, even though we're from America and we're dumb.
Lieutenant looks at it and says, "Well, I can give them the runaround. How much gas does it have left in the tank?"
How much gas does the have in this tank, actually?
Like 3 to 5 hours.
Okay, yeah.
Right, so 3 to 5 hours, and says I can do that for a little bit. So what do you say? We meet back here, or we meet back over there? And points to the map of the location.
I'm looking at Silkis, actually.
Wherever I can set up the best nest.
Well, that's what I'm asking you.
I would have to see what my choices are actually visually.
Okay.
So they mean either here or the farm?
Yes, either here or the farm. You kind of see the general topography. The map lights up and shows some of it. There's a couple trees, a swamp area, will make difficult for cars to go through.
This area looks
He's He says, I can drive around this way. Heading through the swamp. Take some
How
of the
big is
grenades.
this area that we're looking at?
Relatively large.
Is this ruler accurate that I'm seeing?
Yeah, about.
Okay.
It's not supposed to be feet, it's meters, it's meters, it's meters.
It's meters.
It's
That's still not too big.
meters. No, wait, wait. There you go. That should be. Yeah.
Oh my god. System of measurement, I understand.
Yeah, 1 meter is about that much, so that's about a person. I mean, it's decently sized, yeah. But nothing you couldn't cross in that car. Well, I guess you couldn't actually cross it in that car, because once you hit that swamp, you're not going anywhere. Yeah, we're totally in the doctor's car, but I hope he'll understand.
I'm sure he'll be fine.
His house is also totaled, but...
Yeah, I'm not concerned
That's
about his
so
so
true.
much
But
for the
Also,
money.
he's not hurting for
Cash.
money in the least, so he
Look,
can...
the important thing is the truck we rented is not.
Who's playing with the ruler?
Sorry.
That's going on the video.
So what would you guys like to do? Set up here or set up there?
I mean, you seem like you wanted the swamp more, right?
The swamp works fine. I could make a nest in one of the trees.
Over here is higher ground. Over here, like notice, like they go upwards. So this up here is like about a nice little cliff.
How high?
I could set up a tree, like, or nest, like, right around here or something, right?
2 to 3 stories high. Yeah, you can set up a nest there. Yeah.
Okay, where is what is this over here?
Just a couple of rocks, like a pillar, that go up.
How high?
About 50 meters high.
15?
50, so about 2.5 stories.
Okay. Wait. 50 meters is a lot more than 2 stories.
Fair point. So it's 2.5 stories tall.
How? Okay.
So it's not 50 meters. It's 2.5 stories tall. Whichever is easier. I was trying to think about like measurement in my head.
Okay, yeah, 50 meters is a lot.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. I meant to say it's 2.5 stories tall. So it's like
Yeah, 3
Okay.
meters, my dude. 3 meters is a story.
my bad.
Yeah. I was like, that is how tall are stories.
My bad.
That's all good, man. I think you've been infected with the American feet measurement.
Sounds about right.
Those feet will get you.
Oh no,
Joe for them feet.
they're coming.
Little pitter patter feet.
I mean,
coming
50
at you.
feet would be
So-
5 stories.
So would
Yes,
I be
would be.
able to do an execution attack from my sniper nest?
If you prepare a nest, yeah, it would make sense.
I mean, is it close enough to where Silkis could just go there and set up within the 3 hours while the rest of us take care of this business?
It
Yeah,
only
I
takes
was gonna
about it only takes about 10 minutes. You guys can do whatever you want to set up. And you have 2 grenades and a mine. What would you like to do?
Okay, so we're just sort of bypassing all that and just getting ready to like doing the
Yeah,
important part of
we're
this. Okay.
prepping the
All right,
important
all right.
part.
I was just getting my head where we are in the story here.
You guys can plan
Um,
right now. There's going to be some narrative stuff that happens.
Okay, but we're just getting the general outline of what we're doing beforehand. I see.
So
I see.
which way are they going to be coming from? This
Okay,
way
yeah, we
or
already
this
discussed
way?
that. Yeah,
Did we?
yeah. He'll be driving in through this way, right?
Right, that's what I
That's
thought. Okay. So we could put a mine like hereabouts between these trees because they'd probably go through it and detonate it once he's passed. I don't know if it's like a contact mine
I
or
mean, it
what.
seems like once they're in the swamp, they're gonna go on foot. They're not gonna go. They're gonna drive cars through this thing.
No, that's the idea. That this is as far as the cars can go. That's why we're doing it here. Is they're going to have to dismount here
Yeah.
because his whenever he sails by in the doctor's car, he's gonna hit that mud and he's not gonna go anywhere else.
Okay, I have an idea. We could put the mine like around here-ish, and like once we're around where the cars are gonna
You should
stop.
ping where you want to show stuff because it makes it easier for me to find.
Oh,
With the... Oh, you have
You
to...
say right here.
Here-ish.
Whoa.
Where they're... Yeah, thanks. We extremely know where it is now. Where they're gonna have to stop and get out, and around, you know, they're gonna have to, like, here's the car, and they're gonna have to go, like, this way and this
Alex,
way
just give us
around
the
it.
TART token to plan with this, actually.
And, like, once there's, like, a lot of them, once they're all grouped up around the car, we can detonate the mine. The car will explode and take a bunch of them out.
Is it a landmine or is it like a...
It's a landmine, it's not an actual triggered mine.
It's not a remote mine, yeah.
No, I mean, well, we could also just plan it between the trees like your original plan was. Put it, like, say, we're gonna put it on this side. He drives in through the left, but it's gonna be several cars, right?
It's a few cars, yeah.
Yeah, so, like, if he knows where it is, he can avoid it, and then they're gonna hit it.
Okay, that
So
also
we could
works.
put that, like, over here or something. You know, say it's, like, right in front of these trees.
Yeah, put it like to the side. If they have several cars, one should hit it and detonate it. They said we have two, right? We have mines or two grenades?
One.
We have two mines,
grenades.
or one mine and two grenades.
Okay.
We could also have some people, like, set up right here in these trees to throw those grenades after they get out.
Dude, who's holding grenades?
I'll take one.
Who's good at throwing stuff?
Because I can sit up here and like...
You can use exert for grenades as well, not just shoot.
I'm
you
using
shoot for
shoot.
grenades?
Shoot or exert, yeah.
Oh, okay. I might have to take one then, but I'm gonna be like right here.
Okay,
I
so
think.
if you guys are setting up the mine right here, I'm gonna make a nest right here.
I'm gonna stow my meta tool for now. I can add
Yeah, you can
this
stow it.
grenade, which
Yep,
I assume is
that's
one
ready.
encumbrance.
It is one encumbrance, yeah.
Yep, so I can have that readied. All right. I mean, Silkis can set up wherever the hell she wants. That's up to her. And what, the rest of us just up... What is this area in the north up here? It's another ridge?
Yeah, it's another ridge.
I mean, the rest of it, like, Silkis is gonna set up right here. The rest of us can be on this ridge closer to the north, ready to, you know, shoot down on them.
Is that what the plan is?
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Alright. So with that, 1 second. I'm gonna first group you guys all up to transfer you over. And I'm gonna do some narrative stuff in the meantime, okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
1 second, guys. So real quick, go ahead and put yourselves where you want to put yourselves. So that when we start the scene,
You're
start
already,
the scene.
we're already right there, yeah.
I guess I'll hold the other grenade.
okay. So one grenade goes to Sernadez, and the other one goes to blah, 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 blah.
Miles. Yeah.
Miles.
Do these trees count as cover?
They count as half cover, yeah.
Alright.
And also because you're on top. The thing is, if you're on top of the ridge, you can go prone, and it's even harder to hit you.
Okay.
I mean, that's where we're gonna be until it's time to strike. Yeah, we're gonna be, like, laying here on the grass.
Absolutely. You can.
I mean, I'm gonna say, since this is all still in the planning stage, yeah, I mean, you should wait until, like, they're confused from the explosions and shit. Because they're gonna hit the landmine, and also have to stop their cars, and then we're gonna, like, throw the grenades, and once we're throwing grenades,
Okay.
then you're
Hold
clear to
on
go.
1 second. Alex, after the
Yep.
explosions, will I still be able to do an execution attack?
Yes.
Okay. That
You don't
works.
have to wait until
Allow-
after the explosions, just, like, when we're throwing the grenades, that's when we're saying, waha, we are here, so, you know, feel free to go
Just
loud.
know that you're going to have to choose a target and get a beat on them for a minute before you fire. So you can see where they are in the distance, and you have to choose one of them, okay? We'll go through that in a second.
I mean, if you need us to hold fire for a second, then you can do that. We're still in communication there. You can just say, hey, hold on, let me get a beat on this one guy, because I want him dead.
Yeah, or we
It
could
could-
wait until you open fire.
Yeah,
Fire.
just wait till I open fire and take that as the cue.
Okay, I mean, so if they detonate the landmine, they detonate it. We'll throw grenades as soon as you open fire. Got it. Just send us a signal or something. You
Okay.
literally just send us a countdown.
Someone going over dead. You know.
Huh? I mean, well, you literally like just send a countdown over the compad. Like that's a thing. The line's
Yeah, you have
secure.
communication. Yeah, you can talk on the compad. In which case, so Lieutenant
check.
says, "All right, seems good. All right, I'll get going then. I'll get their attention." And he gets into the car, and zoop, zoop, peace out, and he's gone. Meanwhile,
How
you
do
guys
they
get into
react
the
whenever he goes like flying out? Like what do these guys do?
You notice a few of them starting up their cars and going. One of the cars stay back.
Are we supposed to see more cars and stuff on here?
No, like on the road.
No, they're not here yet. This is just planning.
So-
Things are gonna move here once we actually get here narratively, I think.
Sorry, back here.
Yeah, that works too.
So he's off.
Perfectly fine. All right,
So
well, we're
for
gonna.
all of you guys.
Yeah, we're loading up into the van. What are the cars? We take any weapons he didn't take. We're taking with us.
Yeah, so he took actually both of his weapons, but he left the carbine that's stocked up right now. So someone can add a carbine in their inventory for with holosights and foregrip, just a +2 to the AB.
That sounds like something maybe. So, does you already have a better weapon, or I don't know what you have actually?
Just a sniper rifle.
Then, yeah,
I have a
you don't-
DMR. I don't have a sniper rifle actually.
Oh, a DMR, okay.
I mean, if that's better than what you got, you should probably take it. But otherwise,
It's not better than what Silkis. It's two different types of weapons. This is a close range, more it has burst. So
I see.
someone who isn't specifically good at shooting guns can still use it quite effectively if they.
Oh. Well, then I know who should take this. I'm gonna grab this gun. I'm gonna like walk up when we're
Wait,
going
sorry,
to
you
get
said
going.
it's a void carbine?
No, it's he took the void carbine and he took the laser rifle.
So what is this?
Actually,
This is the
Melee, do you
carbine.
even have a gun?
Yeah, I got a laser pistol.
What
Sorry,
do you have,
Alex.
Miles?
Oh, I have a fucking plasma rifle. Or pulse rifle, sorry.
All
I
right,
have a pulse rifle.
weakest link. I hand the
Alright,
carbine to Melee.
in that case, can you carry something for me? I'm out of backpack room.
Yeah, I can just store that in my backpack. Sure.
Yeah, here, I give you the lift. Please don't damage it.
How much encumbrance is that actually, Alex?
3.
3. So hold on, I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm plenty. I've got plenty of room in my pack here. I'm not carrying anything.
Alright.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, what was the weapon, one more time, that he left?
Can you, like,
Carbine.
write it out for me, please?
Yeah, sure.
that would be super great.
For grip. For grip. For
What do I
grip,
carry?
what it means is that you can, for the weapon attack bonus, you can have a 2 there.
What about the holosights? What does that do?
It's +1 for both the foregrip and the holosights, so it's +2 when you add them together.
Oh,
Alright, let me
I see.
pull that up in the rulebook really quick.
This is homebrew stuff.
Well, just what's the damage then? So what's all the?
Sorry.
Don't need the information block is the thing.
Yeah.
That is true.
Like
I
it's
apologize.
also
gotta go
not
on your sheet.
It's also not denoted with a verse on their thing.
1 second.
So you want to update that.
Carbine is 1d10 damage.
Yeah, it's no burst though.
Yeah, there is no burst.
Why is
so
one
just-
of the settings a burst? Ask Alex. Explain that rule to me, please.
What?
I mean,
It's okay. So for ask,
Something's
you can
toggle.
fire it. It's semi-automatic. You can fire it burst or fire it single.
Oh, so it's what the always as in obligatory auto fire. Okay.
Yeah, like if
I
you
mean,
always wanna
that's
do it, it's
not-
always.
Okay.
It eats through ammo is all. Like that's it.
so does it or does it not have burst?
It
It does
doesn't have burst.
not have burst.
Alright.
I thought I had set it to burst. We'll change it later.
I mean, does this one have burst? Is that the mod on it, or is that
No,
Yeah, tell you
burst
what.
is based on a weapon. I think it should have burst. I mean, that's
Yeah, it should have burst.
the whole reason? Yeah.
Yeah, it'll have burst.
It's a carbine. Like,
Alright, what's the range?
100, 250.
100, 350?
100/250.
250. Okay.
Mag of 30.
Oh, and the ammo. How much ammo for it?
Yeah, 30.
Yeah.
It's a full clip. That's it.
That's it. Okay. Well, at least it's
Okay.
not more encumbering.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what's the encumbrance on it, actually?
2.
Okay. kind of look it over and shrug and kind of like sling it over my shoulder.
All right, let's go.
All right, so you go, and you get into the van, and you drive down, and eventually you see a few thugs. They don't have any weapons out. One of them, you see one with glasses, walks up to the van, and knocks on the hood a couple times, and knocks on the window.
There's no window.
Oh, you're right. Because they're all kind of looks in, takes a look, and says, "Y'all made the right choice. I'm a man of my word. You're free to go." And he kind of lets you guys go forward.
That's usually me, and I want to take a photo of him, his face with my data compad or whatever.
No, I mean, probably can't stop you from doing that. I don't know.
Okay, so do you do that?
Yeah.
So you do that, and as you do that, he stops and he looks. "Excuse me," and his hands stick up, and you notice.
That was a bad idea.
Yeah, I don't know
Why the fuck would you just randomly take a picture of someone?
I don't know.
What the
look
fuck
really
is
good at
wrong
the
with
time.
you?
It was a
like,
malfunction in her programming.
I think there's a malfunction in our android. I apologize. We'll delete that at once.
You can go ahead and do a talk at a -2, please.
Can I aid, and actually, kind of freak out at her? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
You guys, I'm really dumb sometimes.
Right, and you can go ahead. Do that.
Does that mean that it's technically a -1 since the aid is...
Yeah, it's a -1, so you'll do a
Yeah,
talk
okay.
at a -1. Right? Okay. The compad, please.
Alright, give him my data slab.
Yeah, he's gonna delete it.
Oh, so you take the date? No, he.
No, he's not. He's gonna break it.
Yep, he throws it onto the ground, and says, "Normally, I'd kill you all for slashing my tires, but I think it was rather clever." And he takes out a shotgun, just blows it right into the data slab. And well, you no longer have a data slab, and all data and all that stuff on your data slab is gone.
No more Wikipedia.
Yep, no more Wikipedia.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
My bookmarks.
That was not,
Bad idea.
Like, a normal dude on the street would want to fight you if you did that.
And,
Yeah,
That was dumb. I don't know why I did that. I'm sorry.
Maybe we're gonna have to have a serious talk when we get back to the ship.
and with that, he but that being said, he takes out a monoblade from his hip and kind of traces his fingers along that. "You're free to go," and he goes by to the tire, and in one of the tires, you just feel like the van kind of slink one side and cuts back, and one of your back tires. So you
Well,
don't-
I guess we have to fix that now instead of leaving. We can't drive on a flat tire.
Sernadez, put the donut on.
For fuck's sake.
And with that, and says, "Anyways, I hope you all have a lovely night." And he does, and as he walks away, he cuts one of the front tires as well. He gets into his van. They drive off alongside with their buddies. In the distance, you just hear some gunfire.
Yeah, donut the front tires. Go. We'll drive on the rear flat. It's fine.
Roll a fix, please.
Okay.
Let's see how fast you can do this.
As a what?
Dex,
Since I'm trying to do it fast? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
I mean,
Alright.
the thing is, real life Daniel can do this really well. I don't understand why you're having a problem.
See,
The
he's so
problem is
angry
not-
and pissed off that it's
No,
taking
no.
him forever.
I mean, it would be really dumb to not be able to easily fix a flat tire, guys. The problem is I'm not doing it fast enough.
Yep.
Like, that's
So
the,
it does
that's the
take a
key
little bit.
here. Yeah, like, I have to fucking get it out, and, like, there's some, I don't know, there's probably some problem with the donut or something.
There is some problem with the donut because the monoplate cut clean through that, so you actually have to weld a little bit to make sure it
You have
stays
to-
stable.
Okay, yeah. Well, there you go.
So it takes a little bit longer than intended, and you actually end up losing about an hour because of that.
How long does it take to get these guys where they need to go?
It's gonna take you 2 hours to go there and 2 hours to come back. So that on top, it's tacked about
How long
5
would it
hours?
take us to just walk to the location that we need to go to?
That's a tough one. It's gonna take you about 2.5 hours, yeah?
So
You
just
have to
barely
walk.
enough time.
Yep, just barely enough time. If you want to walk, you lose the van, though.
Oh
If we
yeah.
want to walk, we lose the what?
The
You lose the
van.
van, because they're gonna take the van, they're gonna drive.
There's the van that goes like 20 miles per hour. Yeah, that's fine.
So you lose the van?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the van drives off, and they say, oh, good luck, guys. Thank you for all the stuff, and we're gonna let Rupert know what you did. And they drive off. And now the 4 of you are now gonna have to trek 2.5 hours to the location.
We should have just left.
Okay. So with that, I'm gonna bring you guys over here. And oh, he's not supposed to be on the map.
Not
But
yet.
move where you want to go. Do you still want to set up and
already
everything?
are. I mean, we're committed to this now, I think.
Okay. So can you mark an X, please, where you want the mine to be?
Someone please do that, please.
I think we decided like around here.
Yeah. Hey, Alex, actually, could you give me a line on the map where, like, since we're here now,
Mm-hmm.
like, just like where does it start to get like really muddy?
Oh yeah, let me do that real quick.
Like, where's that line?
About there.
Oh, about there. Okay, so no, actually, you want the mine a bit back here.
All right. Are we good?
Yeah, that's the actual mine location.
All right.
Okay. So now you're all in the locations that you wish to be.
Okay,
Yeah,
where are they coming from?
They're coming from the northeast, and you see in the distance the car shut up, but still driving. There's smoke coming out of it. You hear the sputtering in the distance. This nice Ferrari just shot up and lit up, and there's laser holes and bullet holes in it. And you see inside is, well, what you think is the lieutenant. It seems actually battered and injured, and he's driving in as per plans. After waiting, and you come here for 2.5 hours, and about another hour and a half of just waiting, you see the cars coming in. There are 3 cars following him right now. 2 trucks, and the 1 truck that you would have noticed where the man with the glasses is in. A few minutes pass and they're in range. So there's 3 trucks. 1, 2, and 3. The third one had the one with the glasses man, the one that just slashed your tires, by the way, and the one that shot the data slab. Choose one of them for your execution attack. Rook.
Bitch, you know
Which one
what?
do
You know which one we need to fuck up.
You want us to go for the glasses?
Oh yeah, you should go for the leader. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go for the glasses, dude.
You go
You're
for
gonna
the
go
leader.
for the glasses, dude? Okay, so first I'm gonna need you to make a notice check to see if you're able to tell which position he's in. Because even though you know what car he's in, you gotta tell if he's like in the back, in the front.
Yeah, yeah.
And because of your scope through the DMR, you're able to tell. And
I was about to say we can aid you on that too, since like we're all in communication and we're all
you're
here.
all in communication, but explaining where he is also it's a bit difficult.
I don't have the scope, so I couldn't do that.
Yeah, exactly, because the DMR has a scope on it already. Looks
yeah.
like that's what allows for the range. So you kind of take a look through, and you start controlling your breathing. You breathe in, you breathe out. Your whole body relaxes. As describe your nest for me.
I'm on the ground right now.
You're on the ground, yeah, but you can set up a nest. Absolutely.
Yes, and I'm kind of hidden a bit in the bushes. I'm completely flat, you know?
Completely prone.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. What about everyone else? What is everyone else doing?
But I've got a bunch of, like, bushes and trees, you know, just stuff around me that's kind of
Yep.
covering.
Mm-hmm. You've had
Is
a
it
very
still dark
long
out?
time.
All right. Well,
It is-
I'm completely prone up here, like occasionally peeking my head up over the trees, like.
Is there a rock right here? Sorry?
That is a rock, yeah, a very large rock.
I'm gonna cover behind that rock.
Yep.
Okay. Is it still dark out?
It's about 2-3 in the morning, but the sun is actually already starting to rise. Timing here is a little bit different. You see like the moons have receded, but the sun, because it's very large, the washes of orange and red sunlight just kind of blankets the landscape.
Actually, I've got a question. So these trees don't have any leaves on them?
No.
Okay. I will not nest in the trees then.
Okay. So, the one downside of having telescopic scopes is that they reflect in the light.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to roll their notice and see if they're able to tell if there's a sniper in the nest.
Can I counter that with my sneak?
You can totally counter that with your sneak.
Yeah, it's basically what the blind is for, or the whole sniper's nest thing.
So, go ahead and roll sneak at Dex. It's an 8. They're going to get a -1 because they're driving really fast. You're going to get another -1 because they're not focused on you, and you're going to get one more -1 because they are. It's hard to tell because you set up a nest. So they're going to roll a 2d6. Whoa!
So close.
Very close, but there's a glimmer, but they have no idea what it means. They just think it's just a trick of the light. And they start to drive through. And this is what happens first. I'm going to make a drive check for...
Can we start the music, actually?
Yes, I'm about to. I'm starting the music at the right moment here.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. I shouldn't get ahead of myself.
Yeah, Jesus,
So-
man.
I'm sorry. I'm just so excited.
So that's a 6. He actually he drives into the mud and unfortunately isn't able to get further enough, and he's going to be stuck up in the front there. But as hold on, gonna bring this to the token later. Gonna bring this to the token later. Gonna bring this to the token later. One of them drives over the mine, right on top of the mine, and unfortunately, Mr. Ursaman also has to make a check to see if he's able to.
Unfortunately.
He will be okay. If this kills him, then fuck it. We're just gonna leave. We're just gonna stay hidden and leave.
We just take his stuff.
Okay.
We already
And
have the gun.
In that same moment, you can take a shot at Glasses Guy.
Okay, so I can go ahead and roll my attack.
Yes.
And I think it has to be the 8.
It has to be an 8. So you're gonna roll shoot, and you roll 3d6, and you drop the lowest one. If you take a look in your character sheet, you can see.
Oh, so I'm rolling shoot right now.
Yes, you're rolling shoot. You're rolling
At
shoot
a 3d6.
at a 3d6. So you can click the 3. Yes, that's right. And you roll that. And if you beat an 8, you straight up kill him.
Oh my
yes.
god!
And with that, hold on.
Glory be,
The bullet whizzes past. The man with the glasses shouting orders. All of a sudden, whoosh! He flops over dead. And the same moment, the next car. Hold on, I paid for this. I paid for this.
Make it explode, make it explode, make it explode.
It
Yes!
just,
Very
and The car
powerful.
itself explodes. As all of a sudden, several guys just stop and pile out. And the third one, unfortunately, I rolled behind the scenes, is the one with the RPG. And it just rockets into the sky with all these hundreds and brilliant bright lights that light up the night sky.
Oh, as soon as all
Everyone's
this is happening, I'm gonna stand up and also throw the grenade, by the way. That was the plan,
Yep.
right?
Yep,
If they're
everyone,
filing out, I'm gonna shoot.
everyone, click your character icon, and roll initiative.
I'm going to exert
Oop, shit.
or put forth effort to do intuitive response.
And you get right at the very top. So,
Where's initiative, actually?
you click your icon, and then in your character sheet, there's
Oh, I see it now. Okay. I mean, I knew it was a button, I just couldn't find it.
I have to note alert Kokai, so I gotta re-div and take the highest.
Yep.
So I got a 5.
Okay, 1 second, guys. Let me just bring these guys. Sorry, this
Do you want
music
me
is perfect
to
for.
still roll?
Yeah, no, you don't have to roll. I'll just put you at the very top. One at the top.
If you have them all on the GM layer, you can just select them all and hit LK.
It's a fair point.
Or LO. If you have advanced hotkeys on, it'll just pop. They're all here. So, what do I need to roll for the grenade? Shoot.
That when it's on your turn.
Okay,
'Cause,
sorry, I see.
Turn. Turn. Sorry, I'm still getting used to this system too.
That's all good.
They're gonna roll their initiative. I think it's just a 1d8. That's a. Oh no, they are jarred as fuck right now. Oh yeah, definitely
A Rook, your
jarred.
character has a turn, but no initiative.
No, it's not because I'm.
Oh, I get
no
it.
matter what, she goes first.
I get it.
Go. And he's gonna get a 2.
I was gonna loop. Okay, that was gonna be my next question.
Alright. These guys, not too bad. You get to go first because you have a hard next modifier than them. And at turn, and he's gonna finally roll his, which is, hey, you guys, all of you guys go first. They might not even have a chance.
I don't think they
Okay.
will.
Nope. Okay, and with that, they all kind of pile out. There's a smoking van next to them. These two come out. Silkis, what do you do?
Let's see. Can I shoot this guy?
Yes, he's like, it's the leathery man that you saw earlier. Right, so now this time it's just a straight up attack roll. You're in a position that is a 11 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 because you were in a position of cover. His AC is 13. How do you want to kill him? Jesus, did you roll
Straight
8?
through the head.
Straight to the head. And another going as this man falls over dead. Where is it? Okay, Mei Ling, it is your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna kind of look down at my new carbine and kind of give it a look like it better work and
The 21. And you come out, and the carbine of fire. He falls over dead because he has 3 hit points.
oof. And I get back down to my tummy and kind of got this like shocked look.
No, you spent your movement to stand up. You're stand up right now. You can't go back prone.
Okay.
All right, and then Miles.
Bruna's on turn, she can do it.
Oh, okay, so she can do it. So now you're back prone. So
Yay.
Miles, it is your turn.
Alright, well, I've been set up waiting for these guys to pile out, so I'm going to burst fire into this group over here.
Yep. Roll the burst fire. You get a +2. They have an AC of 13.
Well, I'm also prepared to fire, so that's another +2.
Yes,
It's
you
laser
have a good
weapon, so
position.
that's +1.
Yep. Do all the stuff that you need to do.
I'll do it.
It's all no. Unfortunately, you rolled a 2, so they
Oh,
come
wow.
out. But because of the smoke around the flaming, just the flaming truck, it's hard to tell. And your bullets whisk through, and they all duck. And at first, Rembert has to make a save. Is he able to make a 13 up save? No, he's not. The explosion actually causes him to fall face first into the mud. They can't really do anything this turn because he didn't pass his drive test next to the explosion. And now it is Mike Sernadez. What are you doing?
Alright, this is my turn. Alright, I'm gonna stand up. And I'm gonna chunk this goddamn grenade.
Hey, you have to beat a 10.
Shoot test? Do I get
Just
to add
the-
anything else to this?
You get a
You're-
+2
you were set
because
up, so you could do a
you're set up
+2, yeah.
+2. Just get a +2. That's it. And you have to beat a 10.
Oh no!
Oh no, you aren't able. Roll a 1d6 for me, please.
Oh, I don't want to. I think this is gonna be bad.
Roll a 1d6, please.
I'm doing it.
Alright, so it's gonna be 5 meters away, and now roll a 1d8.
I see what we're doing here.
Lands over here,
Oh,
unfortunately.
that's actually where I thought it was gonna go. Good.
Yep, and the grenade lands over there, and in the huge explosion, you can't really do much your turn.
Well, I love scatter.
Right?
damn it.
And, that's
It doesn't even harm the cars, I guess. Oh well.
Well, I mean, that does harm the cars, right? But like, it's kind of an
The
incident.
guys
so
are
they're on fire
fine.
now.
The guys are
Yeah,
fine.
the guys are fine because they're also behind this car over here.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Shit! And I hit the ground again.
is their turn. This one over here takes out an AK-47 and starts firing into where you just were. Now you're prone. Now you get the -2. So altogether, it's a -1 in this. And what is your AC?
It's just based on what I'm wearing, right?
Yes.
13.
Oh no! It just goes wide.
Oh wow.
The other one here
Cuts through the
walks
trees.
up.
Hey, you had your dex bonding or AC too, buddy, by the way.
Okay, thank you.
He
So it's
sneaks
actually
behind
15.
it.
15 is my dex. Or
The other one gets behind
AC.
and shoots again up there and nothing. But this one over here takes out a grenade
Oh no.
on Hicks the pin.
I mean, they haven't been hitting 10 anyway.
They have to hit a 10, but just because you're prone, it's just a general area. It's a 1d20. It's a 10, boys.
Oh no.
It lands all of a sudden, chunk, 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 right next to you guys. How much damage does a grenade do?
I don't want to
2d6.
find out.
I don't like this.
Hey, remember your warrior trait? You can make this miss.
Oh yeah, I want to make this miss. That's right.
It's correct.
That's
And
right, I
you-
can do that. I want to make this miss.
You see the
Let's
grenade?
face you.
No, I make the attack miss. And so
You
he has
attack
to
miss,
roll
period.
scatter.
He has
He has to roll scatter, yeah.
And now he's gonna roll a 1d6.
Oh, you
That's
throw
a
it
1
back.
meter away from
No! Oh, come on, just make it roll in the right way! Can I like push it? I just want to push it.
you. You want to push it? Okay.
I want to push
1d8.
it like over the edge. Like it's right there. Just
And it does push it down the edge because it goes down this way.
Oh my god. So I just kind of like we're both laying there and it like lands in between us. We both go shit. I just swipe my right arm like from left to right, just
As the flag flies everywhere. Except
and like
you
cover my
guys.
head as it explodes like in midair.
All right, those two are dead. It is back to the spider nest's turn. What do you do?
Oh, I'm gonna target this guy right here.
Fire.
Hey, move that northernmost guy down a little bit, Alex.
Oh yeah. Well.
Just so he's in frame. That's as high as I can get
And
it.
he has 1 health. You shoot the bullet and it hits him right in the head again. 3 shots, 3 kills.
Oh wow.
All right, it is your turn, Mei Ling. You are shaken after a grenade was like inches from your face. What do you do?
Yeah, scary. She kind of like takes a breath and fires at this guy.
All right, that would be a -2 to the roll because he is behind half cover right now as he hides behind the van.
All right. No, that's a miss.
All the bullets go inside the car, and all you hear is shit, 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 shit! Run, run! And Miles, it is your turn.
Alright, well, I'll peek out from behind cover and shoot this guy over here.
You do. He does not have cover against you because you have the anvil on him. He has to flank.
Alright, so I'll go ahead and roll. First fire.
Yep.
Glory be, they hung him from the hanging tree, strung him up for all to see. They done sent that sin.
Oh, that kills me.
There we go.
As all of a sudden, just like your pulse rifle just shoots 3 bullets and like a hail of fire hits him. At first gets stopped by the car, but just bullet after bullet after bullet shreds through and hits him. Have you been reducing the ammo, guys, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
3.
As he gets all of a sudden 2 of the bullets hit into the van, but the last one hits him right in the chest. And there's a gaping hole inside as he falls over, dead.
Go.
All right, it is now. He kind of like coughs some blood and fumbles a little bit and grabs the pulse rifle next to him, or void carbon, turns around and makes a shot at the last guy, which hits and kills as the last final bullet hits him right in the face.
Send it back home.
And he falls over dead.
They hung him from the hanging tree, strung him up for
Let me just leave. Alright. And with that, after bullets fly through and everything hazes through, everything's done with. And I'm just gonna play this.
Raylan kind of like rolls onto her back and just kind of stares up at the sky for a bit.
which is actually kind of very beautiful right now. You get to see the galaxy and the moons receding in the beautiful red-orange colors as there's just the corner dry, just black smoke just rising up and piling up.
I like jump up to my feet and let out a holler.
Okay.
Like, wow!
I check on Soldier Dude.
Yeah, he failed his thing, so he's like one wound essentially. Really bloody. He's been driving for a while. He kind of leans up to the back. Oh man, I don't teach that in Ursa. But that's very effective.
Take a high-speed driving test then.
No, I'm a space boy, not a driving boy.
Man, I'm kicking myself for not laying you out some goddamn reeds, man, but we didn't really have enough time.
Kind of looks up and kind of clutches some of the wounds, but he's fine. Kind of cracks his neck. Well, that should buy us enough time to get out of here, don't you think?
Yeah.
Hey, I want to go through this guy's stuff and see if he has a data slab.
They don't have data slab, they have compads.
I'm gonna take his compad.
Hey, Chuck Meat Slab, you feeling well enough to help me push this car out of the mud?
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
That's a pretty good one there. Sernadez.
Alright, push out, and he kind of slumps to the thing and says, whew, well, a deal's a deal. Void Carbine's yours, and he throws the Void Carbine over to Silkis. That was some Captain Lindholm shooting there, and throws you the Void Carbine.
I was trained by the best.
And he takes out the laser rifle and puts it on the hood. Whew, I'm gonna go back and pick up the power armor. And kinda like wipes his brow. What are y'all names?
Silkis.
Turns over to Miles.
Talk to Sinclair.
Turns over to Mike.
Mike Sernadez, not that it's gonna mean anything to you.
And turns over to
Apparently he's too busy looking at the compad, she's not paying attention to him.
He kinda shrugs and says,
That's Mei-Ling over there. She's, not talkative.
oh, what's your ship? Y'all seem like out-of-towners.
Heh.
Indeed, we were just here to deliver medical supplies to the hospital.
Interesting. Well, I'm not gonna pry in your business.
I mean, you
Contract us, I mean, that's all.
yeah, we just work for a benevolent entrepreneur.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't be
guess.
surprised if some of this was part of his plan.
Kinda scratches his head.
Knowing Uncle, I'm sure.
It wouldn't be the first time.
That's a name I haven't heard in a while.
God damn it, I knew it.
With that being said, I gotta go back to command. I'll keep the
Should've
names
given
out of
him
there.
your regards.
Sure, I never met the man personally myself, but
I guess
Tell you
it's,
what.
Or when we report to him, we haven't met him either.
I mean, I guess it's true what they say about Uncle. He really does make friends everywhere.
he says, well, name of your ship, call you, I gotta write something in my report, and I'm pretty sure none of you want to be in an official Ursa document. I don't know how you types work.
I've been in one too many already.
Yes, I'm quite happy not being in one.
What do I call you guys?
Who gives me a name?
For what?
Make something up, I don't care.
Just, I guess you can call it the crew of the Soaring Swallow. That's one. That's kind of what he was going for. Name your ship.
The Swallows.
The Swallows?
No.
The Swallows.
Right, if the name of the ship, yeah, the Soren Swallow.
Crew of the Soaring Swallow. Well, this will be an interesting tale for my superiors. I'll leave out the details. They know how this works. Anyways, if you ever find yourself in Republic space, contact this number. And he takes out like a dog tag out of his part of the dog tag and kind of turns it over and puts it and asks for one of your compads.
I give him mine.
And he takes Silkis's and he puts the compad on top of the tag, and it glows and the compad lights up with certain details of a number. You ever get in trouble in Republic space? Call this number. They'll help you out.
Hey, I got all this guy's contacts.
Yeah.
That means, that also means that he has my number, right?
You could give him your number if you want.
Oh yeah, like, I mean, it's a little gruesome, but, I'm gonna rifle through their stuff.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Also, can we take that guy's compad? Because he's got a compad, right? Hey, Mailing.
Who's
I
coming?
already checked
Mailing
this.
needs an...
Mailing
You
already
guys...
got one.
Oh, you already did that? Okay.
Yeah, Mailing already did
Yeah.
that.
You
That
need
was
to have
like a
specifically taken his, though.
Yeah, no, I did. I absolutely
Good,
just
good.
like
Very
kinda
good.
leaned over
Sure
and
can.
pulled it out of
Sure
his
can.
breast pocket.
I'll take these guys over here.
Yeah, you get him. I'll deal with that in a second.
I do give him my number.
Hey,
Oh,
says,
mother. Kind of
Well.
fun stash.
that's the case.
What
Contract.
grenades are these, by the way? I'm sorry.
Just regular grenades.
Grenade ass grenade.
He says, well, and next to like literally the burning truck fire over here. And he says, well, guess I'll leave you guys the car and I'll be on my way. And like any badass, he walks into the sunset.
Badass did nothing. Alright, shot one dude.
I mean, he did a lot of lead work over the past 4 hours. Give the guy some like, credit.
I put the hole back in his chest.
It's true, he saved his life.
That's true.
By the way, we
Alright.
still have the spare lift. Perhaps we should return it to the doctor and get the truck back.
Oh, yeah, we gotta do that. We're gonna have to pay another day's rent. I guess we can afford it now.
Yeah, I think we'll be alright.
It's 24 hours. It's still, well, yeah, you do have to pay another.
No, we will, because it's gonna have to go back and then get it, and then...
Yeah, and hold on. Alright, I'm gonna crank this bad boy up. Like, is it running?
It's seen better days. It has bullet holes and all that stuff. And,
I'll tell you what. Let's go to the car wash first. Hey,
Alright.
can you move that car out of the way? Can we just like... We're gonna have to get all these cars out of the way if we're gonna get this thing out.
And an hour passes, and after clearing the way and going through, you make your way back to the Iron Concrete City in a bullet laser riddled hole sports car. That's exactly how I saw this was gonna happen. Back into town or city. And with that, let's go back into the atmosphere for the city.
I'm gonna pack in the laser rifle in my pack, by the way.
I'll do the same with the void carbine.
Was that it? Was it the laser rifle and the void carbine? Those were the only weapons?
Yes.
Okay.
The only two
I already got
weapons.
the carbine, so...
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't ask for the carbine. I kind of stole from him back.
No, he gave the carbine.
He
to
left
you
it
guys,
there. Yeah, he left it there for
Yeah,
us.
he
He
left it.
kept the other thing because he wanted to use it while running away.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys already have the void carbine in your inventory then. I'm assuming,
don't.
yes.
You can just make it in the note, put in the notes for the ship, and just split it up later.
Yeah,
Alright.
we can do that.
I mean, I'm gonna use at least the parts from that laser rifle, though.
Yeah, you can take the mods off of that. No problem.
Yeah, because I can put a mod on the pulse rifle. It's kind of better.
Right. Alex.
But anyways, you guys aren't at the ship, but just kind of getting you back on the main page.
Yeah, that's
You
fine.
drive back into town, and you get a message from Rupert saying, "Hey, finally got off work and in contact with my family. Is everything okay with you guys?"
Yes, but your car, not so much.
Honestly, it's a price to pay. It's gonna be a lot of questions, but I built up a sterling enough reputation to allow this to hit. I know it's
We
a bit
have
hard.
your lift, by the way.
Interesting. Well, that'll close a loose end. Oh, yes.
Or at least the same folks shouldn't be back to bother you.
Maybe, maybe not. At the end of the day, I'm a good doctor. At least I hope I am. I hope I made the right choice today. I hope I did.
Time will tell, but in my experience, there are no right decisions. Just decisions.
I'll take that from a doctor. In which case, don't worry about the car. Let's bring it back. I made too much money. And not spend it on something, I guess. Well. If you ever come back to Jacona or the system, hit me up. Have some nice drinks over something.
I'll take you up on that.
And with that, the motley crew of the Soaring Swallow brings back, after stopping by a car wash, and people looking very confused, but, you know, it is how it is. The odd police officer stops you, but after some identification and messaging and confirming from Rupert, everything seems alright. Although, prying eyes. Finally, after a long day's work, you guys are starting to get really tired now, except for probably mailing. How long do your batteries last? A whole day?
24 hours.
24 hours? You're like running on...
Actually,
Yes,
I mean,
24
you would still
hours.
get like body feedback of being like, woof, woof, getting a little tired.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
like the 18th, 17th hour, you get like a flashing sign, like, please recharge, please recharge.
There's value in the tired feeling.
Do you want to
Yeah.
go into Do you want to go into low power mode?
Yeah, that's what being sleepy is.
Yep, and on the car ride back, you're more than welcome to ask me questions about those combat.
Yeah, I have a lot.